Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. My name is Jim Cagnina, Senior Market Strategist, and I am pleased that we are joined by the one and only, the legendary Larry Williams in the studio. Larry, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks, Jim. Great to be here. I don't know how legendary I am or not, but yeah, I've been excited about coming here. Some things to talk about, see you, catch up with a lot of ninja people I've known for many years. So I'm really pleased to be here. It's a very, very cordial thing. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I mean, over the years, you have a track record of innovation. We're talking percent R to all the other stuff you do with commitment to traders, cyclical, seasonals analysis. And you do have that World Cup trading championships under your belt, which are super impressive. So no, we're excited to have you here, man.
That's good. There's two sides to this business. There's the trading side, and there's the academic side. Like
Yeah.
when Ralph Vince and I got the Charles Dow Award for research we did, there's really kind of a bifurcation, I think, of your mind. Where you've got to trade, but to be able to produce indicators and research, that's equally thrilling as well. It really keeps me going, frankly.
Yeah, so let's talk about that real quickly. I mean, on the research side, at least for me, it's never ending. You're always, looking at new things, discovering new things. I imagine you still put a great amount of time into this.
I still do because I haven't figured it out yet, or I did and I forgot it. I don't know which. Yeah, you're never going to have perfection in this business. This is not a business for perfectionists,
Yeah.
but we kind of learn a little bit more and relearn some things, and the universe is expanding. The markets are different now than they were 30 years ago. I used to trade pork bellies, eggs, tomato paste. We don't trade those anymore. We trade things I never even thought of before. So you have to update yourself or your thinking as well. Things change.
Yeah, we have this thing called crypto futures now that apparently are popular.
Yeah, looks like they were popular. We had a great sell signal. I was on Jim Cramer's Mad Money. We fortunately got lucky in that, got the high of it. There's a YouTube video on that as well.
Yeah.
And it continues to come down. I don't think it's bottomed yet. And I wonder if it isn't like maybe end of the road for crypto. Like so many people got into it, like it's probably going to be a while before it looks to me like a fallen angel before this comes back.
Yeah, it's not the end of the road for you. You look fantastic. Just personally, when we were talking yesterday, I was in awe of your hair. Mine, I just can't keep. But not only that, you're super healthy, from my understanding, and you're still working out and doing all the stuff that you need to do.
Well, I could be healthier. I'm certain. I'd like to be healthier. I'd like to have fewer pains when I wake up in the morning. But I've always tried to be healthy. I've gotten involved now in the Senior Olympics in my home state of Montana, and I've done the Senior Olympics in Florida as well. So it's nice to still be competitive at my age with people of equal to me, and it's just a thrill to be with these old guys. I was at one of them, and a guy on the 85 to 90 group got there, and he looked really upset. I said, what's wrong? He says, my kids took the car keys away. I had to Uber down here, but I can still run. That's great. So I love this guy. He's still out there competing, right? But he can't drive.
Oh my goodness. Now so you're a runner. That's your thing, right?
Yeah, I used to do a lot of marathons. I did almost 80 marathons and ultra marathons and all that, but a little hard in the knees. So then I got into shorter distances. The high jump is what I've really been specializing in. At my age, you don't jump so high that it's dangerous. You can't get up to the 8 feet like the world record is. But it's a real challenge. I used to ride rodeo. That was a real challenge, riding bareback. But I'll tell you, the high jump is a lot of physics to it. And I'm still not very good at it, but I've enjoyed it.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, that's great. We're so happy you're here. I know we're gonna go through a deck. You're gonna talk about a lot of stuff, a lot of technical analysis stuff, a lot of observations that you've made. I do want to invite the chat, and I'll invite them again. If you have a question for Larry, type it in. I'll pick it up. I'll ask them, and we'll kind of spend some time with you. So don't be shy in the chat. Just go ahead and pop in and say, pop in with some questions, even if you come up with these questions as we go. So we have a lot of great content to get through today. We have about 55 minutes, Larry. So are we ready? Should we get right into it?
Let's go. Let's go to my first slide. Well,
Where's the ninja?
that slide. There's the ninja. So here we are. Larry Williams, the NinjaTrader. Like, look at that old man. He can still hold the sword. And we're going to get back to that sword later in this presentation with a really interesting comment from Marcus Aurelius. But for now, I'd like to talk about trading indicators. Every software has a jillion trading indicators on it. Here's an example. And I found that you have to understand your indicators to really be successful, because while we all have the same indicators, technical, fundamental, what are they? You have to figure out how to use these indicators. There's a difference between technical indicators and fundamental indicators, the cyclical indicators, the GAN, astrology, I call it the occult, the moving averages. Now there's more indicators than traders. When I first started in 1962, there were like 3 indicators. That was it. And now there's a plethora of indicators, and it was death by indicators. So you have to understand what these indicators do and how to use them. And I think that's really important, because most people read a book, they put an indicator on their screen, but they don't really have any concept of what to do with it. So the rules that I've come up with, Jim, are like different indicators for different time frames. If you're a short-term trader and use, say, a 20-day moving average, you really, half that is the time frame you're trading for, 10 days. If you use a 14-day average, you're trading for a 7-day time frame. So you have to think about the measurement of your indicator in relationship to the measurement of the time frame that you're trading for. And most people don't understand that at all. They just use the set numbers that are in the software, and they don't understand why they're not capturing a shorter or longer term move, because their indicator just simply doesn't match for it.
Totally makes sense. Yeah, I mean, there's this. I'm sorry, Larry, so many of these indicators that are available on the NinjaTrader platform and other platforms give you the ability to actually customize your look back period, as an example, on a moving average or an oscillator or those kind of things. So you do have that flexibility to do that now, where maybe we didn't in the past. And your point about, hey, let's look at time frames and be realistic on how far back you're analyzing is it's such an important point.
And most of us are too lazy to do the work to figure out what the time frame of our indicator should be. We just put on what's automatic in the software and start trying to trade around with that. So, yeah, the nice thing is now, we did this by hand. We didn't even have calculators. In the old days, we did it all by hand. So we used 10-day moving averages, because you add up 10 digits and move the decimal point over 1, and you got a 10-day average. We couldn't divide. So you see a lot of 10 and 20-day averages in the indicators, simply because that's how we did it by hand 65 years ago. And now, of course, you can optimize to whatever you want to, but that's still kind of locked in the system. The big thing I see is you need to understand that each indicator has a different purpose. When I look at people's software, they usually have MACD, Larry Williams %R, John Bollinger %A, stochastic. They're all the same. They're redundant. They're not telling you different things. So in my case, I want an indicator that will tell me about overbought, oversold, one that will tell me about accumulation in the market, one will tell me about cycles, one will tell me about trend. Each indicator is there for a purpose. I don't just put it on the chart. Then I realize, well, that indicator fits in this part of my decision making, as opposed to just a plethora of indicators. And indicators are not perfect. Most people don't understand the pitfalls of the indicators. Jim, you've worked with indicators a lot, and I think you probably appreciate that there's limits to these things, and you can't use a saw to hammer a nail. You have to know the limitations of the tool, and most people don't do that with indicators. I think it's really important. We know that.
Yeah, our good friend Mike Burke has got me convinced that when I'm doing some analysis, I always take a peek at setting stuff with a Fibonacci number. So that's Mike's thing, and yeah, it works for me. So I'm going to go with Mike.
Well, that's it. See, now I don't use Fibonacci numbers. My good friend Tom DeMark uses them. I don't get it. But if we go out for dinner tonight, I might order steak, and you're going to order pasta. We all think differently. Some people like classical music, some like rap. So you need to find the indicators that work with you. If the shoe fits, put it on. And most people just grab somebody else's ideas and never really refine that. Does it work for them? So let's talk about some markets right here, right now, Jim, if I could. I'd like to start with crude oil. I think there's a really interesting situation setting up in crude oil. You can see on this chart, Ninja chart, that we have the little red line you see in the middle of the screen is the commitment of trader report, and that's the commercials, what they've been doing. And they've been getting out of this market. You see that line has been declining. That's indicated that they've stopped their aggressive buying. You see when that line was coming up a couple, 3 weeks ago, well, that was made a market bottom. The commercials have a very good record of buying and selling at the right time. And the little green line at the top is the public. The public became heavy buyers of crude oil recently. So in my mind, this market is getting set up to go down. It doesn't mean it'll go down now. These indicators, in this particular case, committed trade reports, is just a setup indicator. The little gold line you see at the bottom is my valuation. It's probably the most interesting tool I ever did. This measures a valuation of the market. We can say, is crude oil overvalued or undervalued? Not overbought, oversold. Is it overvalued? You can see the last time it was high, the market started to pull back, and then go back to the first of last year, we see again the indicator was in the overvalued area, and that's where we are now. So crude oil is overvalued, and the commercials have been selling, which tells me it's set up. So I don't think I'm a technical trader. I'm a conditional trader. I look for conditions like this to give me the setup in the market.
So on the bottom oscillator, on the bottom value indicator, is that proprietary? Something you did?
It is proprietary. It is an NinjaTrader. Of course, it's relationship that matters. This happens to be the relationship of crude oil to gold. And there's been a really strong relationship between those two markets. And that's what gives me the overvalued reading. It's really interesting. At times you'll see that the market is way undervalued, yet it's very high. But it's still undervalued relative to gold. And it's not oversold. It's undervalued. So it adds different perspective to the market than anything else I've done or seen. But again, it's a condition. I think markets go from here to there for a reason, a fundamental reason. The technicals wigwags around going from A to B, and that's where technicals come in. But I want to know when this market is conditionally set up to have a rally. And then I get interested in, now I have to time the market. And for that, I can use other studies. Let's look at that a little bit. Here's a cyclical study of crude oil. I'm using weekly charts here. And you can see the cycle says we're about ready to see this market start to go down. And in about 3 months, we should see a low in the market. And we look back at the other cyclical lows in the red line. See, yeah, it's been a pretty good time to take long positions in the market. And the cyclical tops have been pretty good times to look for short sales. So I know we're getting close to an area here where I want to start looking for a sell signal in the energy markets. Then that goes even, now we got to go to daily charts, say, well, what do we get in? How do we get in? And I want to do that when there's been some type of trend change. I don't want to just try to sell a market because it looks overbought, oversold, set up. I still want the market to prove to me that it's going to go up or down by changing its trend. So we still have to get trend change involved.
But this gives you kind of a bias, right? So that you're creating a bias by looking at this and saying, okay, here's what I should be thinking based on the cycles.
Yes, most people just look at a chart and all they see is the price. They go, what's it going to do? Well, I know that it's set up to go down. That cycles say this is about the time to go down. So I have a view way in the future. I have a view right now that we're going to see a bottom in this market in, looks like March or June. I already know that. So I have an advanced view. It may not be a perfect view, but, you know, as they say, Jim, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. And we kind of have that view here with correct indicators. Let's look at gold. Gold's been so popular recently. I had a bad call in gold. I thought we were at a cyclical high. My cycle stuff said we were at a high when we got the high in the Bitcoin. It went plummeted, but gold didn't. So this is really interesting what's going on in gold now. The red line, again, is a commitment to trade, or the commercials. And notice that red line is very high right now. Mm-hmm. So the commercials have been buying this decline in gold. And they usually don't buy at high prices. You can see the last time that red line in the very top frame there was high was a great time to buy the market. So this is intriguing to me that the commercials are in an unusual position of buying gold in here. So while it's been coming down, and actually it was short silver until recently, and copper until recently, it looks like we've seen some professional buying coming into this market. So that's a clue. But I need to take a step farther so I can now look at the cycles. The red cycle is the short-term cycle of gold, and the blue one is the longer-term cycle of gold. And what I see is in March, the long-term in blue and the short-term in red come together. That should set up the next buying point of some substance in the gold market. It doesn't mean gold will come down to the low of the chart. It just means that's a time frame that I'm going to look to be really bullish in the gold market.
Got it. Let me ask you, before you go off the gold chart, Larry, so we had this incredible run in silver, and it almost looked like a parabolic kind of rally, and just day after day after day after day. Did you see some similar cycles in the silver market that you're seeing in gold?
Silver is really similar to gold. It used to be kind of the poor man's gold. Now it's become the expensive man's gold. It has a very similar cycle. It also suggests that we should start to see a rally starting in silver somewhere in the next couple of weeks. It looks like the cycles are pointing that, and that was a forecast they did at the end of the year, that we should start to see the market come down. But around the latter part of February, first part of March, we should see this market move to the upside. And again, that doesn't mean I'm going to go out and buy on any specific day. It means that when we get to that time frame, if I get a trend change to the upside, a trend line breakout, whatever you use, moving average, whatever, I'm going to take that signal. That's a qualified entry in the marketplace.
Got it.
Stock market. Wow, this has been a crazy stock market. I'd like to point out something, though. I'm going to use my cyclical analysis for this. You can see the red line is the cycle in the stock market. And look at those lows starting way back last year in May. Every one of those lows has been close to a wonderful buy point in the stock market. That's been the dominant intermediate term cycle in the stock market. So the question, of course, is, that goes through last year, but 2025. But, where now, what next? And here's the update of where we are with the cyclical low, which tells us around the end of March, which is seasonally a pretty good time to buy stocks, we should see another important, significant buy point in the market. It doesn't mean people get confused with cycles, Jim. They think that cycles go high to low, the market will come down a great deal. Cycles just tell us this is a buy zone, this is a sell zone. It does not tell us the magnitude. It says there's a buy point coming up. It doesn't, and we're in a down phase coming in about another 10 days. But it doesn't tell us how big the down phase will be. Just that there will be a pullback of some sort in the marketplace, but we don't know the consequences of it. But for sure, coming the end of March, we're going to see a rally in this market based on my cyclical studies.
Now, are cyclicals and seasonals similar, the same thing, or a little bit different?
Totally different. Great question. Seasonals are how the market is traded on average at this particular time of the year. It doesn't mean that will happen this year. It means on average they usually rally, and sweet usually rallies in July, whatever, right? But cycles look at how it's actually trading now. What's the trading pattern to the market now, irrespective of looking at every December versus every December the last 30 years. It's looking at what's going on in this market now. And that's the difference. This is like be here right now. And cycles are seasonals are just a repetition of what happens on an annual basis in a commodity. Some commodities are very seasonal. Some, frankly, aren't seasonal at all. Or they're not reliable, at least. There's a way to use seasonals. We get into that in the courses that I teach that kind of take it to another level. But on their own, they're an indicator at best. Here's what I think is really interesting going on right now in the market. This is huge, and I don't see anybody talking about it. Two things here. One, we don't have a chart up, but I'll talk about it. And I'll talk about that first. The advanced decline line, that's the net cumulative sum of stocks that advance for the day versus ones that decline for the day, is at new highs. And stocks aren't. That's an anomaly. I've seen it very few times in my life. And what's followed? Higher stock prices. So that alone is like a fundamental reason to say we're still in a bull market. I believe we're in a bull market. We will be for this year on into the middle of 2027. So forget the Cassandras, the purveyors of pessimism. They're going to be proven wrong, like they were last year, like they were the year before and the year before. There's reason to be bullish in this market. But if we look at the top chart, that's the Dow Jones futures contract. The bottom chart is the S&P E-minis. What a difference. We've seen a higher low in the Dow Jones, and we haven't seen as much strength in the S&P. Why? Well, probably because the hot stocks, the Magnificent Seven and all those got hit, and there's not as many of those in the Dow as there is. So the Dow is a more quality indicator than the S&P 500. And there's an interesting spin-off of that, Jim, I'm certain you've seen this before, is that the Dow represents more value. So
Yeah.
money is flying more into the value index now than the speculative index. That's not wildly bullish. It's like protection to get into a value index. So I'm a little bit confused as to what that means, but I know from a trader perspective, I'm long the E-minis, or the Dow contract. I don't want to be long the E-minis because the Dow has been stronger than E-minis, so I'm long the E-minis, the Dow. I usually am in the S&P, so I keep saying that over and over again. I've traded that since I started trading. But at this particular time, the Dow Jones contract has been the strongest. That's when you got to be in.
So, Larry, do you look at the NASDAQ and the Russell 2000 at all?
I should. I'm so old. I don't look at that. It's like young people do. But I'm almost 84 now. I've been married to the Dow and the S&P so long. I should look at it. Everybody asks me about that all the time. But I go, oh yeah, I remember that. But I never got into that market. They all do move at the same time. Some move more than others. I would imagine if we looked at the NASDAQ now, we'd see that the Dow has been stronger than the NASDAQ. Which again, say my point as a trader, I want to be along the strongest market. I don't want to be along the weakest market. What's strong is going to continue to be strong.
Got it.
And you can look even intraday. This is an intraday forecast. The red line, this is in NinjaTrader, shows on a 15-minute bar chart when we'd expect, and this was made a couple hours ago, that we expected the market would come down. You can see that it did later today, and then it started to rally, and the market started to rally today. You can see pretty much the black line, price, follows the red line, except the red line is projected out for 66 bars in the future. So a pretty good idea. We had a pretty good idea there was going to be a buy point about an hour and a half ago, and that came true again today. So for very short-term tools, timing, we can use cycles, and this is in NinjaTrader, so it's there. It's a fixed formula. But we can clearly see that generally price kind of follows a cycle. So again, we get a view in advance, which is what I want. I don't want to just look at a chart because I don't know the future. I want to see something over to the right side of my chart, like what may happen in this market.
So, Larry, 66 bars in the future, is that a fixed number all the time, or is that just based on the
It is a fixed number. Yeah, what I did, I went back and did a lot of research, and in the stock indexes, what has been the most active cycles, not cycles, because there's several. And I added all those three together and then weighted them, because if you have, say, a 200-day cycle, it's too strong versus a 10-day cycle. So you have to make a proportionate weight of those, added them all together, and use that to make the extension of the time frame into the future. It isn't very complicated. Somebody else could probably come up with a better formula, but this is what I came up with 25 years ago, and it still is pretty operative in the marketplace, especially for the S&P and shorter-term time frame. Say, yeah, this is probably what's going to happen in the market. It gives us an idea in advance of when I want to be looking to be a buyer or a seller. I don't do much short-term trading anymore, Jim. When I'm stopped out, that's my short-term trading. I think I get in if I get out in the same day, but at where I am in my trading career, I'm looking for longer-term moves. But for short-term, it's always intrigued me. Like, market follows it pretty well.
Yeah, and if it works, it works, regardless of when you developed it.
Yeah, well, there's a cycle study done by Gertrude Schuch in the 1960s about a 6.2-year cycle in the food industry. It's a long time ago. So I took that cycle in food sales and I put that on McDonald's. Whoa, bingo. McDonald's has been exactly on that cycle that she wrote about 50 years ago. So it's really interesting that some of these cycles, the cycle of inflation has been very consistent, the cycle of interest has been very consistent. So there's some long-term cycles, especially in economic data, that really give us a view of the future to tell us, are we going to have a recession in the future? Are we going to have a bear market in the future? The applying cyclical analysis to the fundamental data is just like, whoa, really opened up a whole new door. So it's very effective in those markets.
Yeah, thank you for that. And before we go to the next chart, we have a couple of different folks asking about natural gas. I don't know if you're following that. I know that there is a seasonal component to it. Any comment on nat gas right now? Just we got a couple of folks in the chat asking about it.
Yeah, I was looking for a short-term buy in it actually, but it didn't go up today, so I removed my buy orders. I should have a bounce in here, but to really know what's going on, look at the commitment to trader report. See if the commercials have been buying it or have the public been buying it. Look at that versus open interest. You have a really good idea what's going to go on in that market. The seasonal pattern is there, but it's not as significant as who's buying and selling right now. Best way to look at that, the commitment to trader report.
Awesome. Thank you.
More questions or we move on?
There's some more questions in here, but we'll get to them in a little bit.
Okay. Well, this has really intrigued me. It's a big indicator question. We all have basically the same indicators. We have the same data, but we have wildly different outcomes. So getting away from the markets for a moment, just think intellectually and philosophically about that. Why is that? I mean, all the Ninja people have the same indicators, but totally different outcomes. What causes different outcomes? I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. I'm going to show another market, and then we're going to talk about why we have different outcomes, but we have the same tools. Here's cocoa. Cocoa is getting set up for a buy signal. I'm not long cocoa. We still need a trend change, but look what's going on. The red line again, in that top pane is the commercials, and we see the commercials have been buying. It's been going up. They've been adding to the position. Well, the black line, that's total open interest, has been coming way down. So somebody's been getting out of the market. That's what drives open interest down. While the commercials have been buying, that's very bullish in the market. I call it a bubble up. You don't see it often, but it's taking place in cocoa. So I know at some point, cocoa will rally. Then that begs the next question, well, when and how do we get in? I also look at that overvaluation measure, the gold line again, and it's a relationship to gold. We're now undervalued in cocoa. Notice the last couple of times it was high, we were above that red line. We were overvalued, and that was a top in cocoa. So we're undervalued, and the commercials have been buying. That's a nice setup in the marketplace. So the next question becomes, well, what do we do with that? We can start to look at cycles like, okay, what should happen? So my red line is a shorter term, intermediate term cycles. Look like we start to rally right here, right now for a little bit, but the bigger one comes in about June, I think July, where both the long term in blue and the short term turn up. That should be the ideal point for an entry in the cocoa market. So it may or may not be, because I still have to deal with the market as it gets to these time points, but I can use whatever entry techniques you want, a channel breakout, a moving average, or whatever you use, point and figure, but throw darts. But I know that I have a viewpoint right now. We're going to see a rally in cocoa, probably a shorter term rally. The bigger move, that long term blue forecast shows, comes around the middle of the year. That should be a really exciting point, which again means I have to have patience to wait that long, don't I? Because I see it, but I have to exercise patience.
Got it. So
in terms of outcome, what matters the most is your personal outcome is going to be different than mine. Results are going to vary. And this is a great true story. 20 years or so ago, I used to do real-time trading seminars where I traded $1 million real-time, and we gave back 20% of the profits of my trading. In like 15 sessions, we gave back over $1 million. We had made that much trading. And in one of those real-time trading sessions, the $1 million challenge, we called it, I had a trade in the S&Ps, short-term trade, good for a couple of days. I got in, and I got out, and I took a profit. I forget what it was, $1,500, something like that. Another person at the seminar took the same trade, held longer and made about $3,000, did much better than I did. Another person took the same trade and got stopped out because he was a little nervous and raised his stop up too close and was stopped out. A fourth person in the seminar decided, well, this can't work. Williams can't be right on this. He went short. And of course, he lost a good amount of money. So this is a true story. It really happened. We all had the same stuff, but we all had different outcomes. So my thinking now is, and I don't have the answer to it, but that your personal outcome varies for a lot of reasons. So what are those? I think one is luck. Frankly, there's some luck in this business. Sometimes you get lucky. That's really all there is to it.
Yeah. So on that point, yesterday I got in a trade. I got in a crude oil trade, and it was what, I had to set up. It touched the VWAP, and all the bells went off. So I went short, and about 5 seconds after I was filled, some minister in Iran comes out and says, "Yeah, we just had a great meeting with the U.S." And the crude market just fell out of bed. It moved down so fast in my favor. It was really just luck. I mean, I was in the right place at the right time. I got out immediately, not immediately, but after a couple seconds. So you're right about that. It just happens sometimes.
Yeah, and take it. I'm going to get to that in our very last part of the presentation today as well. But yeah, if you're lucky, yeah, that was lucky. You weren't brilliant. It just happened. So take your profit.
Yeah.
It's the tools you use or don't use, and that's really significant. We teach classes. I teach the tools I use. Same stuff I've been using since 1973. So you have to have the right tools and understand those tools to get better outcomes. And as I said earlier, most people just grab a bunch of tools. They don't understand the purpose of the tools or how to use them. Even then, patience, even at my age, because we're all trading this, we're here to make money, right? And we all want to make money today, not tomorrow, not a week from now, today. So we're all impatient. Our greed glands are larger than the typical person's greed glands. So we become impatient and we jump in too early most all the time. When I look at my trading errors and other people's trading errors that we got in too early. You have to learn to be patient. Another issue is drugs and trading. I had my first margarita. I never knew what it was in 1966. It had tequila in it, and I drank a lot. I really liked those margaritas, and I missed buying the 1966 low. We had pulled back. I was all set to buy, and I went out with some friends of mine in Los Angeles, and we drank way too much margarita. The next day, I couldn't do anything. So I don't drink when I trade, obviously. I will get to that in a moment as well. But there's an example of my lifestyle affected my trading. I mean, every time I've had a margarita since then, I've only won. I'm like, oh, man, I missed a phenomenal buy point in 1966 because we drank too much one night. So life lesson there. Another time I lost a lot of money in the market. I was trading really actively, intraday trading. I had like 4 or 5 cups of coffee. I was rocking and rolling. And I got too confident, and I went through, I don't know, $500,000 in a day or so. I was like, whoa, I got on the wrong trades because I was just too jacked up.
Wow. I'm with you on the first one. On the coffee one, though, being, of Italian descent, I might have to push back a little bit on the coffee one, but I'm with you.
Well, I drank so much coffee maybe that time. I was just like, when I was cocky, I was young, and boy, high testosterone, being cocky, making a lot of money, thinking you're smart, and caffeine, bad combination, I guess is what it was. And before it was legal, I had friends that smoked marijuana because they thought they would be cooler as a trader, that they wouldn't be as emotional. Well, that didn't work out so well for them, just as an aside, because now that marijuana is legal, I'm certain somebody else goes, oh, I can smoke dope and trade, and I won't be as emotional. All I know is a couple of people that did that. It didn't work for them, so I wouldn't suggest you do that.
No.
So why do we become impatient? I think this is a critical point to make because it affects all of us. We get in too soon. We get out too early. It's because the position size we have is too big for emotions. My friend Ralph Vince has done some great stuff on money management. Money management is critical, But ultimately, money management is the bet too big for your psyche? Can you handle a loss of whatever the loss is? If you can't, you're going to get overly emotional. So money management is really emotional management. If you lose $1, it's no big deal. You don't worry about it. But you lose $100,000, that's a big deal. You lose about it. You worry about it. You got emotional. So your bet size is what makes you emotional. The markets don't make you emotional. It's the bet size you have on that makes you emotional, impatient, frantic, makes you make bad decisions. And I think we all have a false expectation of our indicators. We think, at least I have thought this, because I'm on the trade, this is going to work out. So when it goes against me, I still think it's going to work out. It's going to work out. It's my trade. Well, you can't have that attitude. The trade doesn't care about me. It's going to be a good trade or a bad trade, and I can't think that my expectation of the trade is going to cause the trade to do anything. You get too bullish on your own trade, and you really can't do that. And this luck thing we talked about, this markets are so random. Oh my gosh, there's so much random stuff here that you better be used to a bunch of ups and downs and back and forth. That's just business. If you can't stand that, you shouldn't be of it. Fear. A lot of people have a lot of fear about losing money or looking like an idiot. Or you go home and talk to your wife. Well, yeah, I lost money today. You look like an idiot. You did the wrong thing repeatedly. So fear is one thing I think that prevents us from taking action, and at times will even get us to take bad action. So those are things that I look for.
So back to the positions that are too big. I've met a lot of traders who they basically decide on how much money they want to make on a trade as opposed to trade what's in front of them. And by doing that, they maybe leverage up a little bit too much. And they're missing the point of what a profit target should be, I think. Have you encountered a lot of that?
Oh, a lot. Whenever I work with traders and talk to them, and one of the big things, when I won the Robbins World Cup Trading Championship, I was risking about 30% of my account on every trade, somewhere between 15 and 30% every single trade. And so that's why I won the championship. I was like crazy money management. And I held a hot hand. I was pretty good at what I was doing. But it was basically the money management was really aggressive. When my daughter won it, sure, she took $10,000 to $110,000. I think that's the second largest gain ever. We used a flat 10% risk on every trade, which is still really aggressive. Yeah. So you've got to decide, if I lose this much money, how emotional am I going to be? And it's different for everybody. Generally speaking, the optimum number is probably about a 4% risk of your portfolio, of your balance in your account, generally speaking. But some people, that's too high. For some, it's too low. I can withstand a bigger risk than other people. I've been doing this for since dirt was created. But that's so important. You find out where's my emotional point where I go, oh, that's going to make me too emotional. And it's all about you, not about me, not about a mathematical formula. It's your emotions.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So more on impatience, we look too closely at things. We get so close to the markets that we get stopped in or stopped out because we're looking at the minutia, not the bigger picture of the marketplace. People don't like to lose money, so they bring their stops up too close. Years ago, you may remember, there was an ad in Futures magazine that said, our stops are always less than $50 away. Well, wow, that sounds like you can't lose more than $50. They were just stopped out all the time. Yeah. The closer your stop is to the market, the more often you're going to be stopped out. You've got to give the market some breathing room. And you're too close to the market. I place my orders this afternoon. I'll place my orders, and then I'll look at them tomorrow. Since I'm not doing day trading, if I look at the markets a lot, I'm going to do something I shouldn't do. So you need to stand back a little bit. Look at the markets from a distance. Say, what does that really look like over there? Instead of you're right close to it, you don't see it. You see the trees. You don't see the big picture of the forest out there. And then you get upset with yourself, and that just causes all sorts of problems.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But going back to the percent that your daughter was setting a
Hmm.
percent, is that still a valid technique though, with the right percent, or is it more based on market levels?
Well, no, it's really all about your account, how much money you have in your account. So she was risking 10% of the account balance on every trade. That's very aggressive, but it's a trading championship.
Yeah.
It's too aggressive. Most fund managers will risk 2% or 1% on a trade, so 10 times higher than that. But that's a trading championship. It's a totally different game than what you're going to do day in and day out. But you need to, if you can lose X percent of your account balance and still sleep at night, fine. Yeah, if you can't, then you need to bring that number down. I thought this was interesting. There was a study done on not getting sleep, and this is a big thing with traders because, I have positions on. I get filled during the night. I wake up to see what my fill is. I get nervous about it. Even I still I'm involved with this stuff, right? But they found that people who didn't get sleep increased risk taking, and they were more prone to risky choices. So I think that's really interesting. I know a couple of traders that don't sleep well, and they made some really bad decisions. So I think sleep is an important thing. We don't think about this. I mean, we do kind of, but this is hardcore data that the lack of sleep can interfere with your trades. Duke University study in 2024 said the same thing. People made more rational choices when they had better sleep. So don't trade when you're tired would be my advice. And, you don't have to trade every day. There's plenty of trades this coming year. If you miss one, big deal. There'll be
Yeah.
another good trade coming along the line.
Yeah. Yeah, and especially in the futures markets, there's always another opportunity, right? There's always another opportunity in the market you trade. Always another opportunity in another market. There's so many different markets that you can take a look at and apply your technical analysis to. That's a big rule. I love that rule that, hey, there's always another chance.
There's always another place you can get into a problem with. Yeah, so, you know,
Well, Larry,
yeah,
when I was a broker, I would get the phone call. In the old days, you had to process the application. The fax would come in and the paperwork was there, and you'd have to process it manually. Then you'd have to get the customer an account number, and then they'd have to fund the account, and you have to check to see if the wire was there and all this stuff. It wasn't like it is today. And so, a lot of times the customer would be like, "Hey, is my account ready to trade yet? There's a big setup today. I don't want to miss it, and I don't want you to cost me money. I need to place this trade today." And that was a red flag right there. Whenever I heard that.
following up on that, years ago in California when I was trading at Shearson American Express, there was a Dr. Turin, a dentist who had a position in pork bellies. We used to trade pork bellies. And he had a big position. He was long. And he called his broker, my dear friend Al Alessandro, says, look, he said, I'm going to have brain surgery tomorrow, but I want to keep my pork belly position on. And Al said, you can't do that. You don't know what's going to happen in the surgery. You don't know if it'll be successful. You know how long you'll be out. He said, I can't let you have that. But, oh, you got to do it, Al. You got to do it. This is the biggest trade ever. You got to keep it on. Al took it off. Bellies went down the limit when the report came out the next day.
Oh my
So
goodness.
again, yeah, the anxiety of like I got to be in the trade, right?
Yeah.
So you got to control your anxiety to be in. Being in is dangerous. Being out is not dangerous.
Yeah.
Fools
Yeah.
rush in.
By the way, we are at the brokerage firm back in the day, the dentists were the most active traders, by the way. We had several traders that would just trade like crazy, dentists that would trade like crazy.
I've had people come out of surgery, and a doctor came out of eye surgery. He wanted to know what was going to happen in the markets. What are you doing? Oh, I have eye surgery. I got it back in. I go, oh my gosh. And dentists and doctors, lawyers aren't very good traders because they like to argue too much. So they always argue with the market. If it's going up, they're going to argue it's going to go down. They like to argue. But yeah, doctors and airplane pilots. We had a lot of airplane pilots that have become good traders because
Yeah.
they're used to flying by the book, set up their
Yeah.
computers or whatever, and let things fly. So here's my big lesson of the last couple of years, I think, is football. Take the points. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Here in Florida, they played the Collegiate National Championship football team this year. Florida lost. If they had taken the first two field goals they could have taken, take the point, they would have won. If you look at the preliminaries to the Super Bowl, same thing. If they would have taken the field goal points instead of going for first down, they would have won. And I think this is a great analogy to trading. Take the points. You get a profit, take the profit. You don't have to wait forever because basically most of you, I know what you are. You're short-term traders. Acknowledge that. You can't trade it, stay in a trade for 6 months. So if you get a nice profit, as Jim did with your one the other day in crude oil, like take the points. So how can we really look at taking the points? Well, from football, we actually learned some statistics. It's better to take the points when the expected value of the field goal exceeds the value of the fourth down attempt. So to me in trading, what that means is better to take the profit when the expected value of holding on to it is greater. Well, holding on to it, I might get an expected value, but I have time, and in time, anything can happen. So the longer you hold it, the more exposed you are, the more you're flying in the air, if you will, whereas taking the profit is taking the profits now. And when I look back at what I did in 1987, when I won the World Cup Trading Championship with a record nobody's ever touched, I don't think anybody ever will, frankly, I took the points. I got profits. I took them. I see that in my own trade. Why don't I take the profit? Because I'm going to hold on for a bigger trade. I'm going to score and I'm going to get a first down, and I should have taken the points. It's a huge, huge lesson for me personally to say, you know what, take the points. You got a nice profit. I had a nice profit, a couple of trades I had this week. I should have taken the points. I got out with a nominal profit because the market came back. Like, oh my gosh, take the points. So to me, that's just a huge, for me, maybe not for you. Maybe you're doing the right thing, but I know in my case, you know what? Are you going to convert on the fourth down to a first down? Odds are not good for that. Or can you take a profit right now and wrap it up and put it in your bank? Yeah, you can do that. You have the profit. But if you hold, profit might go against you, especially if you're, say, short, and there's a large range day closing close to the low, take the points. If you're long and you feel great, the market's way up, it closes on its high, you have this great feeling, you're so happy, take the points. Large range days are followed by small range days, almost always, or have a very tight stop on it. Take the points. You ultimately will do, I think, as a short-term trader, much better.
And that's great advice. I mean, you could always get back in, right? I mean, that's great advice.
Yeah, right. Because if it has a pullback, which it will at least 50% of the time, you can get back in. And if it doesn't, well, you missed that. But you took the points. You took a profit. Well, what? You came out with a profit? That's amazing in this business. You won. So that's wonderful. Take the points to me is like, and when I see it in football consistently, especially this last year, everybody was trying to convert a fourth down to a first down, and they failed repeatedly. If they would have taken the point, they would have won the game and gone on to the Super Bowl. So, no, take the points, take the points. Well, we talked about this earlier. Emotions are a function of bet size. And the other one is take trades that ride trends, not stop them. I'm certain you've seen this, especially with your clients. Everybody wants to call a bottom, right, Jim?
Yeah. It's impossible.
And they call the bottom, have a huge move. Oh, I've done it. I've called the bottom one market in my 60-some years of trading. So it's not impossible. It's just really close to impossible, though, isn't it? Yeah, it's like, actually, it's a funny story. I was in Beirut, Lebanon. Sheraton American Express was opening up office. They had me come there to live there to show people to trade. And back then, we sent our orders to New York on a telex. I sent an order to buy 40 cocos at a price. It was the low in the cocoa market. I got walked with one. Wow, this is a great trade. I was filled on 4. The telex that they thought in New York said buy 4. I know the telex I sent said buy 40, but even then I didn't get what I should have got. So your chances of getting the low in the market is, but you can ride the trend. It's a lot easier to ride a horse in the direction he's going than to try to make him ride in the direction you want to go. And that is with the markets. If the market's in an uptrend, you want to go with the trend. Don't argue with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and we just saw this in gold and silver. People buying dips did really well during that huge run, and people trying to figure out where the top was and get short got run over.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the human psyche.
Yeah.
Especially people that have money tend to be intelligent. That's how they got the money. So they're intelligent. They think they can call a top. And I'm going, I'd rather be a dumb Norwegian like I am and not try to call tops and bottoms. I want to ride the horse in the direction he's going. It's just a powerful phrase. Where's the horse going? Ride the horse in that direction. Much, much easier. Well, let's get back to that slide, or we saw the sword at the first of the presentation. Are you a fencer or a boxer? I think that's a really interesting question for traders to ask. They might not quite understand that, so let's go to our next slide here. This is Marcus Aurelius, who was just a beautiful writer. He wrote the Meditations. He said a fencer's weapon is picked up and then put down. The boxer's weapon is part of him. He clenches his fist, he's ready to go. So what are you going to be as a trader? In my case, I'm a boxer. This is all that I do, all I know what to do. But you can be a fencer. You can say, I'm going to trade for a while, put it down, walk away from it. But how committed are you to this battle? If you're going to be as committed as I am, or a lot of people, Jim, as you know, it's your life. Yeah. I always say, I could never get out of my first marriage. And I said, what do you mean? I married the markets. I didn't know I was married to the markets, but I can't get out of it, right?
Yeah.
It's all I know. It's all I do. But it's totally part of me. And that can be bad. It can be too consuming, all consuming. But that's the people I know that have done the most successful in this. They're the boxer. It's really become part of their life. And you need to say, well, I want that or I don't want that. To make money, even as a fencer, you have to be committed to persevere through this, to learn about this, to try it gingerly, and then get your sword up there and see exactly how you can do.
Yeah, I mean, and when you first start, not even when you first start, when you're doing it for a while and you get punched, you take a loss you didn't expect, and maybe a bigger loss than you should have taken. That's the test right there, right? Are you still a boxer? Are you going to still stand up and go? And it's happened to everybody, right? Everyone's got punched in the face once doing this.
Mike Tyson said it best. Everybody has a game plan until they get punched in the face. And if that punch in the face, whoa, I didn't know that could happen. Yeah, it can happen. But can you come through that? If your bet size was too big, yeah, you're tapped out. You can't come through it. So bet size is critical, as we talked about earlier.
Yeah, for sure. Wow. Good stuff. I got a bunch of questions. Are you ready for questions yet, or do we have
I
some
am
more
ready for
fun?
questions. Yes, sir.
All right. So a lot of them have to do with uh, analyzing certain markets. But before we get to those, interesting question. How do you feel about artificial intelligence now being employed in trading? And is it going to change anything that you do?
I don't know it'll change anything that I do because I'm 84 years old. But in the future, yes, it will probably change some things. Just what those are, I don't know. The problem with artificial intelligence in the market is the same that I see with mathematicians in the market. Years ago, I worked with a professor at the University of California, Hawthorne, who was in charge of critical programming, and we had all these mathematical formulas we could use to beat the market, and they did. I lost a lot of money in a hurry with it, like $40,000, boom, right away, with what we thought was artificial intelligence. And what I've come to realize from that experience is math is perfect. Absolutely, 2 and 2 is always 2. The markets are imperfect. So you can build a model about the markets, but the market's going to change. It is an imperfect thing, filled full of randomness. So we can explain the past, but the future is not exactly like the past, oftentimes not even close. So I don't think artificial intelligence will ever be able to capture the unknown. It can capture, like a Google search, tell you all the past. But in terms of the future, no, it's still going to be a battle of emotions, traders' emotions to do the right thing. And I'm not. I don't think AI is going to take over anything, simply because of the randomness of the markets.
So do you think, on that note, do you think humans could develop muscle memory when looking at a chart and doing an analysis after, putting in your time and being around a long time? Do humans acquire this kind of muscle memory that maybe you can't explain exactly why you're doing something, or maybe you can't explain why you're doing something, that why you're reinforcing your technical analysis with this muscle memory idea?
I think there's some truth to that, and you have to be careful of that because you think you remembered something and you didn't.
Yeah.
A lot of people look at price analogs. They'll look at the last 60 days of the Treasury bonds and see when the Treasury bonds moved exactly like this in the last 60 days. I've done those studies called price analog. They don't hold up very well. So you got to be really careful, I think, about thinking that you're smart enough to remember a pattern from the. There's a pattern I've been waiting for. I saw in 1966. I keep waiting for that. I know that pattern. I haven't seen it since. I mean, I know that pattern,
Yeah.
but so I don't know. If you wait for whatever that pattern is, you may be waiting a long, long time.
It's like when they say when someone's testifying in court and there's an eyewitness and they say this eyewitness testimony is the least reliable piece of data we're going to have in this trial statistically. It's almost the same as that.
Yeah, you think something, and that's where artificial intelligence can help. I'm frankly working on something now where we can look at the shape of an indicator now, two indicators now, and see when they were like this before, what happened. When we had this exact same pattern, say in overvaluation in the commitment trade report, what happens after that? So that's like, oh yeah, we can analyze the indicator with AI. Be really helpful to know that. So that's the direction I'm trying to take it in.
All right. Someone else asked about cost average, average cost dollar into a position. Is that a good idea, bad idea?
You mean averaging your cost?
Yeah.
I would call that compounding your error.
Uh,
That on a long-term basis, if you're a long-term stock player, yeah, buy stocks whenever. Okay, if you're buying an index, not an individual stock, because that might fall apart. But if you're buying index, yeah, you can do dollar cost averaging. But for a position, no, you're compounding your error. If it keeps going down, you're buying more and more and more, and it never comes back. So I'm a little careful of that.
got it. A couple people asked in the chat about how do they learn about cyclicals from you?
They don't. I'm working on a book now. I hope to learn more about it. I'm still learning about it myself. I do my annual forecast report, and of course, we have our website, iRateTrade.com, where we do some work on that. But I haven't perfected the cycle stuff yet. I've learned a little bit, but there's a lot more to learn.
Is the 2026 forecast out?
It is out. Went out the first day of this year, and it's sold out, and it's not for sale anymore. We want to get back to trading, both my wife and I. So, we sell it for a short period of time, and then we're back to what we do, trade.
Got it. Got it. All right, so we have Larry for another couple of minutes here. Any last second questions, type them in. I do want to read your last slide was a quote, and I want to ask you why it was there. This is an Alexander Hamilton quote. A well-adjusted person is one who makes the same mistake twice without getting nervous.
Usually, you make the same mistake and get angry with yourself, and you got to get past getting angry with yourself. So Hamilton was really a brilliant guy. He lived where I lived in St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands. He was the guy who came up with the idea of tariffs. We didn't have an income tax in America until 1910, 1913, whatever, because we had tariffs on everything. Hamilton said if we have tariffs on things we can't make in America, that's not good. We want tariffs on things we can make, and then we'll make them in America. So he had a lot of wisdom, and this idea of I make mistakes trading. I make mistakes in my personal life as well. A lot of them. Try to correct that, but they still happen. So just because you make a mistake, you can't let the mistake become you. I've got a past, but it doesn't have me. And I like that idea. Yeah, we're going to make mistakes. You know what? Cowboy up, get over it, move on.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know. I'm in that camp. I make mistakes over and over and over again, but I get better. I get better eventually. So a couple people have asked about planetary cycles. Is that a thing that you look at or no?
I don't know anything about them.
All right. I wanted you to answer that question. It's I think when people think cyclicals, they don't exactly focus on what we're talking about. So
Well, I mean, there's studies. There's a University of Michigan study on full moon relationships with the market. The Federal Reserve has done a paper on full moons in the market as well. People could look at that. There's a bias there, but it's
yeah.
not enough you can make any money trading with. So yeah, there's something out there, but I can't explain it. I got to be here now. I have to be very zen and be in what's happening now, not some great configuration of something else.
Awesome. Larry, we are up against time, but I wanted to a couple people are asked, how do they find you online? Is it ireallytrade.com, your main website that they should go to?
Yep, iRayTrade.com. You can see what we're doing there. We're not doing a lot right now, frankly, but if you register there and we do something, we'll let you know.
Awesome. Well, on behalf of NinjaTrader, Larry, thank you so much for being a part of NinjaTrader Live today. It was a great hour. We could keep going and going, but we are up against time. So thank you so much for being in the studio and being so gracious with us today.
My pleasure. And to everybody, good luck and good trading.
All right, all right. We are ready. Whoa, we are ready to trade the close. Look who is here. We have Tanja trades, Salma and Jack Gleason ready to trade the close. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, Jim. How are you doing?
Well, I'm kind of struggling here. I'm in a crossroads. And I'll tell you why. And really, when I saw Jack, I remembered why. I mean, Jack has his ashes. He's Catholic. He's Lent is starting. We got to go. We got to give something up between now, something that's not easy to give up between now and Easter. And now after the show, I'm going to go down to St. Pat's, and I'm going to get my ashes as well. And it's going to be a game time decision on whether or not I should give up gin martinis between now and Easter. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I'm strong enough. I need help here.
Jim, you can do whatever you put your mind to.
I believe in you.
If you give up
It's a good
gin,
challenge.
you can drink vodka.
Jack, you're not a good influence.
That is the perfect Catholic response right there.
I saw Mayor Daley. If I'm sure you probably know who he is. He was right in front of me. I went to Old St. Pat's. We have one in Chicago. He's right in front of me, and I'm looking at the guy, and I'm like, kind of looks like Mayor Daley. And it turned out I was walking out behind him, and then there was some gentleman at the front. They're like, Mayor, Mayor. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is Mayor. So I grabbed a picture with him. He's a good Catholic as well.
Yeah.
I didn't ask him if he gave up gin or vodka, but he looked like he needed to give up both.
Right. Yeah. Well, I know. I would hang out with him, not hang out with him, but I'd see him at the Buckingham Club when I was a member of the Buckingham Club. You know that gym that's overneath the Congress Expressway when you're driving in from the Eisenhower?
Yep.
Yeah. And he'd come in there and really just talk to people.
He shook about every hand in the church when I was there.
Yeah. There you go. In any event, so what's going on? Let's go around the horn and see what everyone thinks about this afternoon. Tanja, how are you feeling about the market this afternoon?
I think we're sort of in a crossroads right now. We had that huge pushback up this morning, and now we're starting to fade a little bit. And I think that, yeah, right now the market's I'm pretty neutral right now, but I have been bearish and looking for shorts. And I would like some more continuation lower. It would be nice to actually have a sustained move lower today. Believe the FOMC minutes just got released. Not much from that. So I'd like to see if, I kind of just have this swing low and swing high marked out now. I think that we're in a crossroads right now.
Yeah, no, I got you. We're just tapping VWAP on the E-mini S&P a couple times in a row. Selma, how do you think? What are you thinking?
Hi, I'm actually in a position long right now on the ES. I'd like to see, the yearly open hold. this whole day has just been so annoying with this price action, just like nonstop grind higher this morning. And then, we just stalled. So I'm going to take a stab at longs just because everybody on Twitter and in my Discord wants shorts. So going to go against the grain here.
All right.
As long as yearly open is held, I think we'll be okay.
She wants my bear hat. She
Oh,
wants to
no.
borrow it.
There we
I'm
go.
usually always bearish, and I would love to be bearish right now, but like I was trading Asia last night, very frustrating. It was the same exact PA as what we've been seeing today, and it was just basically like nonstop push higher. And every single time I thought I saw a setup for shorts, I would just get obliterated. It was just like that, like 3, 4 times last night. And then, obviously we sold off this morning, we opened up flat, and then again we pushed back up. So I'm just seeing the same type of pattern as last night into today. And so yeah, every time I think I would like to see shorts, I'm just gonna go long. Just gonna do that.
All right. All
Just
right.
gonna fade myself today.
But before we don't show Jack's screen yet. We want to pull the audience. How many different markets, is he got positions in right now? 2, 3, or 4? Type it in the chat. 2, 3, or 4 before we show Jack, show Jack's screen. There we go. A lot of 4s, Jack.
No. I've been busy today. So I only have well, I guess I'll let you reveal I only have 2. I've actually been working on some coding. I have some new indicators that I've transferred over to Ninja, and I've also been working on some new stuff, some automated strategies that I have. So I've been busy doing that. But this morning I took a long off the open, closed that, and then I basically haven't traded in the middle of the day. I just got back and have taken these positions. And I agree with Tanja, as far as this being the crossroads, this is, for me, the level that really needs to hold. And I don't know if we're going to hold and just consolidate or hold and move higher. But if we don't hold this, then we're going to kind of move into a hands-off market. For me, that's a little more two-sided. This is my aggressive continuation level, that if we hold basically these lows or within a few points of these lows, I am going to be expecting new highs either into the close or possibly right off at the open, assuming we don't gap down. I would extract another strong bid off the open. But the action I saw on Tuesday in the levels, which we came out, or last time I got off, it was the midday markets with you, and I was saying, this could be the low of the week. And we got a lot of week left, but just the way the market kind of set up on that Tuesday, first day of the week, those pullbacks were aggressively bid. Every single one of them led to a new high, another aggressive bid off the open here today. So I do think, from last week, being predominantly bearish, this has been a change of tone here today. And I'm with the bias of bulls right now, unless proven otherwise.
All right, all right. Well, very awesome. We did have Dividend Lake predicted 14, but
yeah, no, never 14.
I'm just joking. Awesome, man. All right. Well, I wish you all the best of luck in any trades you do or do not make today on Trade the Close at NinjaTrader. Appreciate everybody being here, listening to us. Thank you for the subscriptions and the thumbs up. It means a lot to us. I'm going to dip into the chat, you guys. So good luck.
All right, thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jim. Whoa, we got a new kind of look. Whoa. Are you guys seeing this?
Yeah, no, I just looked up at the
Whoa,
use
what
form.
is going on?
Wow, look at us.
Sick. That's cool.
Nice, cool. I feel like I'm on a team now.
Yeah, it's
Uh-oh.
gonna take me a while to get used to this. That's cool though. So I finally figured out how to like get whatever ticker I'm on and the time frame to show up. So now you guys can see it in the bottom right of my chart.
That's nice. Yeah, mine's on the top right.
Yeah, I didn't realize that there was such a thing as like a watermark indicator, and then I didn't realize that the watermark indicators also show you the time frame, so it's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, it helps when like, on stream we're split screen, so like you guys can't really see that my background already has, like I already have the time frame and the ticker as part of like the trading view settings, but because it's split screen, you can't really see it. So now you can see it down here.
Savvy Salma.
Savvy Salma. Is that something? Where did you find that? Is that on TradingView?
Lumi. So like Lumi, when I streamed with Lumi last week, she had something at it's kind of like Tanya's. Tanya has something at the top of her screen. Lumi had it where it was like her name, and I asked her, so, oh, can you share that indicator with me? Because I wanted to just have like a watermark at the top of my chart. And then I didn't realize in the settings you can mess with it so that it can show like the symbol you're on and the time frame and stuff. So yeah, I thought that might be helpful for everybody in the chat because a lot of people are always asking like, "Oh, what are you trading?" So now you know. Ask no more.
I know I think that's super helpful.
Yeah.
I
And then I
am
have like
almost.
a motivational quote at the top just for myself.
What is that?
Well, yeah. Whereas we can't see that one. We need that.
You can't see it because it's because it's split screen, and maybe I can do it where it can show up at the top right. Maybe let's see. I can mess with
We
the settings.
we need a motivational indicator, a motivational quote indicator that just
Oh, there you go.
cycles
You can see it
motivations.
now. It says the fear of being average is motivation enough, and it's true.
The only thing to fear is fear itself.
Yeah. C. Taylor Co. says Salma, her name is Tanya, not Tanya. I say it the way it's pronounced.
I believe.
Tanya, your name is pronounced Tanya, right?
I don't care. Say whatever.
How do you
You could
say it
call
though?
me Julia.
What do your parents
Well,
say?
let's
Because
really
I know.
confuse everybody now.
What's up, guys? We're here with Julia, Jack, and Salma.
Just call me George then. Fuck. While we're at it. Salma, you got a
So,
nickname we can go with?
whatever you want, I don't care.
I call you the
No, it is
Queen of New
Tanya though.
Jersey. Here with the Queen of New Jersey.
Dude, people in the chat call me Jersey all the time. I'm like, damn, is my nickname really the state I'm from?
Represent.
Are you in New Jersey too?
Tanya? No, she's in New York.
No, I'm in New York,
Oh, that's right.
but close.
Close
Yeah,
enough.
close. Yeah, yeah. Me and Salma met up probably like an hour away from each other.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys take the train most places?
Absolutely not. I don't even know how to take the train.
Oh, what?
No, I swear to God, I really don't.
Don't know how to pump your own gas. Don't know how to take the train.
No. Uh-oh.
Uh, I wouldn't know how to pump my own gas too, I guess, if I never had to.
I know how to
Nothing
take
against it.
dude, when I went to Cali a couple years ago with my girls and we're all from Jersey, bunch of Jersey girls in Cali. We ran out of gas, go to a gas station, don't know what to do. We're literally confused looking at this like gas pump, looking at each other. And then some guy at the gas station actually ended up helping us, but
Oh.
yeah, we didn't know what to do. It's funny.
What a good Samaritan.
Note to self, if you're going out of state, know how to pump your own gas. First world problems. It really is.
Yeah, for sure.
Better problems than third world, that's for sure.
True that. How was you guys' long weekend?
I treated Monday as a work day. I was like working all day. I was coding up some stuff, and I did actually trade the open for a bit. And I enjoyed it. We have great weather here in Chicago. It's like high 50s right now, clear blue skies. I feel like I live in California for the time being. But how about you
Dude, that's
guys?
how I was feeling too. It was like we hit like 48 degrees, I think it was yesterday. And I just was sleeveless, like I was just wearing like short sleeve shirt, windows down while driving. And you really don't know how nice 40-degree weather is until you have almost
Oh
negative degree
yeah,
weather.
Free leather was beautiful this
Yeah.
weekend. Right now it's nice out too. Look, I'm wearing short sleeves.
Yeah, I was definitely enjoying that.
Yep. So Salma, I see you're long here with me. I need to see us break above. Let's see, actually, I have the wrong chart. I want to see us get above this 69.10 here in the ES, and we spent a decent amount of time down here.
I'm not
And
gonna lie, if this trade doesn't work out, I'll probably be done for today just because this price action I am not a fan of. Simply put.
yep, Yeah, I mean that opening drive really fast, a lot of tight action really since the 10 o'clock time frame. First half an hour, big expansionary move to the upside. And since then, I mean, we spent hours moving sideways until this last leg lower here. And I'm hoping this thing turns back up, obviously, as I'm positioned long. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be one of those things that if we kind of don't hold this long, it's like, I don't know, are we going to get an opportunity to actually sell into this, like a bigger bounce here? This last bounce in the ES is just over 10 points. Not too big.
I mean, we're at current year mid
I'll
on
love to go short.
yes.
Is that where we're at current year mid?
Yeah.
The year just began. We're going to get back and forth. Once you get through that year, a few months in, don't visit that mid too often. This 86 quarter and I'm sorry, 96 quarter and 93 half are pretty important levels for me here in the ES. But yeah, that not too much reaction out of the minutes.
We're also at the 30-minute OR high. I know some people like to watch the 30-minute, so we're there too.
You know what? I'm actually with this new, let's see, is this it's powered by Edgeful top of the line. Is that people's bias for the day that have been pulled? Or what is that based on? That number that was, did anyone just see that? It just went away, but
Yeah, I think that's I don't know what it's based on. I don't think it's a pull in here. I'm not sure.
speaking of leaving the state, got an email to leave the state recently.
Are you going?
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I probably have to coordinate some things, but I think we can make it happen. I'll go if you go.
I'm going.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone's got to pump the gas. I
Yeah,
got you.
I'd like to go as well. Jim said what?
Jim didn't get the email. Jim's got palm trees. He doesn't need to go. He already got them. They only invited people in cold weather climates.
I hope it's good weather that weekend.
Yeah, I mean that time of the year is pretty consistent down there, so I ain't betting against it. That's for sure. About to
April? Yeah.
be down there with the spring breakers.
Oh, brother.
Spring breakers. I don't think I ever did that.
Me
Really?
neither.
I did not have money to be doing that.
I used to go to college just to go to class and I'd go right back home. Actually, that's not true. I used to hang out a lot at the student center, but like that was really it. Just go play some pool and then be on my merry way. You guys used to go to college parties and stuff?
No,
Me
No.
neither.
My college, I went to a
my
city
college was
school.
lame. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I went to a city school, so like nobody really had like a place big enough to have a party.
Go to school to learn.
That's right.
Can't
I
say
j-
I did that.
And then, but then it like during, I think it was like my sophomore year, we got COVID. And
Oh
then
wow,
everything was
you're that
online.
young.
Bunch
that
of
was like
dorks.
yeah,
Someone in
that
the
was
chat called us.
that was the
Excuse
rest of
me.
my senior year.
Yeah, it was cool though because like I could just, show up to class via Zoom and I'd turn off my camera, turn off my mic, go to sleep. It was nice.
Yeah.
That is nice. I mean, I wish I was. I don't even remember the 2020. I was like in my 30s still. No college. No, Wasn't in a fraternity. Wouldn't join one.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely
actually surprised.
no, absolutely
Jack,
not.
you do give frat vibes.
Yeah, I am. If you think I'm the type of guy that follows a herd, that's
Uh-oh.
that's definitely not me. I lead the pack. No, I think frats are animalistic.
Bro.
No, it's group think right there.
And I'm gonna get stopped out here. More likely than not. Jep Trader says my sophomore year was 2002. So your freshman year, Jep, was the same year I was born.
Really?
That's
Wait,
crazy.
what year were you born?
2001.
No, no, I'm
Yes.
not that old.
Not
So
you.
wait,
Not
yo, wait.
you.
Oh,
No, not you. Someone in the chat said my
oh,
sophomore year was 2002. So I said their freshman year was the year I was born.
I see. We're at the 50% retracement for the Russell here today on the RTH session. Still holding this 96 quarter, so I feel a little safe in the ES, but we need to pick up. I might actually re-enter this Russell here.
Yeah, we're also at 25K on NQ.
I'm gonna wait till it's down for 25 minutes. Here we're down 20. But yeah, we could just be leaking.
I really thought we'd have a better reaction off the yearly open on ES.
I think we've probably been back and forth it so many times.
Yeah. Yep.
True.
It's like first test theory, you know, like first test and then second test. And I don't know. There's still, I'd be flabbergasted if we took out the low of the day.
Never say never.
Never say never.
Didn't
I
say
agree.
never, just said so flabbergasted.
That's true.
You know, like, I don't know. I mean, of course we could. I've seen so many wild things
I've
happen in
been
the market that
flabbergasted recently by the market, so I've been flabbergasted.
it's a big one, right? It's a big word. I looked that up earlier and said I was going to use it on stream. It's like I'm going to come up with something sophisticated. Here we go. Yes. All right. I think I'm going to drag this.
Slingshot up. It's the only outcome I want to see.
Slingshot.
If we fail here, I'd be interested in shorts.
Yeah, we just rejected the 90 MA on the
I'm
5
in
minute.
shorts.
Oh my goodness.
I'm in some shorts, but we'll see.
You're on NQ?
Yeah,
Nice.
I just entered.
Pair of shorts with this weather.
No, I have short sleeves.
I haven't actually looked at the Dow here.
Shab cap is so funny.
Number one commenter, that's for sure. How's everyone doing today? What do you guys think is going to be the best performing or worst performing market of the week? The indexes. Keep it simple. Of the last 20 days, the Dow is the best performer. And then the ES, Russell, and NASDAQ.
Mr. Josh says, worst performing will be whichever I long. That's funny.
That always feels bad. Define best performing would be percentage change difference. That's how I would define best performing. All right, let's get up here. Get up, put this party in motion.
Just do it.
Plenty of time left.
Yeah, I'll start feeling a lot better about this long if we can just reclaim above 6902, that 9 EMA.
CL is acting the way it's acting today because of troop buildups. There was like a report that 20 airplane tankers were headed to Europe or the Middle East on flight trackers. So there's, once again, oil has been moving on tensions related to conflict in the Middle East. So oil's up 4.8% here today, breaking out to the top of its range. Definitely a good market trade. Did not have my eye on the ball here in CL today. I wish I did. That thing has just been trending up all day long. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Gold, I wouldn't be shorting today just based on the price action. I'm still a macro gold long bias. We basically had a call it maybe 3-day pullback in gold, and in my opinion, gold is still in an uptrend. It just had a very large liquidation event at the end of January, and there really hasn't been, outside of that absolute puke, it's not like we've made new lows past that. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't as active today because I was working on some programming things, so I can't really do both at once. And sometimes you got to make the choice between trading and doing something else, because it's very hard to trade and do something else at the same time. At least for me, I'm not that good at multitasking with trading. Can you guys handle that? Can you guys like trade and like complete another task?
Yeah. Uh, that's why you have multiple screens. Could like
No,
monitor and do whatever I gotta do.
no, multitasking is terrible for you. Like the brain.
Yeah,
It's like the time you're switching between things, the time that you're getting situated and be like, okay, where was I just now? It like takes you much longer to do that thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
want to be 100% on my trading.
for sure.
Even
I think
hard
it's
for me sometimes to talk with you guys at the same time. Like I'm in this short, I'm like monitoring it. Yeah.
yeah. Definitely depends on like the level of concentration that each individual task like is requiring. Like if you're in a swing trade that you're going to hold for 4 days, like sure you can do something else, but when you're intraday trading, measuring minute by minute, I think it's pretty difficult. 61.
NQ dropping here, taking ES with
This
it.
is just looking weak.
Yeah.
Continues to hold. I'm just worried about like one final flush through this zone we've been in for the last 30 minutes.
Yeah. It'll be nice for my short to work out. We'll see. I think at
The
this point I should just drag it to
the
this last high.
the
Now
minutes were at
my
2 o'clock, right?
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we can get back above that 2 o'clock bar, I think that 2 o'clock bar will probably below it, back above it. I'm gonna feel a little more safe in this long. How about you, Salma? You gonna feel a little more safe if we can get it back above that?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'd like to see us get back above 6902. Just struggling, and NQ isn't really helping here. I don't know. Let's see. I have 2 more minutes for this 30-minute candle to close.
Tell you what's looking weak is Bitcoin. I think it looks like it's gonna break down tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Honestly, everything across the board looks blah. Um,
Yeah, and markets in general, almost all of them have not been performing well.
Yeah, we've had a
yeah.
lot of sideways action for a while now.
Basically since the start of the year.
Yeah.
See, what's the Russell doing?
This 67.3 is the mid of the day RTH session, but if so we're right just kind of hanging on that right here. We're at 66.4, so within a point of that level. And if that doesn't hold, I'd just be worried about the next level it running down to is the mid from Tuesday, which is the low of the week, and that's all the way down at 53.3.
All right, my first target just got hit on NASDAQ for the shorts. I took partials there.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get out. That's probably it for me, to be honest with you, unless I see something that's really, really enticing. I really thought we'd get a better reaction off the yearly open. What are you targeting, Tanya?
I've been like like honestly I want to hold these shorts. There's trail them as long as possible because overall in the daily and the 4 hour I'm pretty short bias. So like I would love it if we broke new low day. Um so I'm just gonna trail. Might take more partials. What I'm targeting is I'll check out the some standard deviation levels. See what ES does here. It's when it breaks that low. So or
Yeah.
drop.
Do you have like an indicator for your standard deviation levels, or do you
Just use a
manually
fib.
draw them? Okay.
No, I just use a fib.
Do you mark that on like the first like 30-minute candle, or like how do you do it? So I know people do it
So
different.
like this false swing, for example.
Let me see, hold on.
Salma peeped the SMT at 1 p.m.
You're telling me to beep that?
You see like how Nasdaq made a new high at 1 p.m. and ES didn't. It was right when someone was speaking, I believe a Fed speaker. So I actually just hit a -2 standard deviation. Actually, pretty much. ES dropping too. So I'm just gonna trail. I should probably partial more. It's a good W in the chat.
Good stuff.
Yay. All right. I should take a little bit more partial. Yeah.
Oh, we're back to the old setup.
Real.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I
Spoke too soon.
didn't see what they did. Nice W, Tanya.
Oh,
Or
thanks.
Julie.
No. That was just me being, I don't know. No, it's Tanya.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's see this.
are we at the prior day high? No, we already threw the prior day high in the NQ. Or no, we're not. Prior day high is full RTH session is 24,922 area.
Wait, what'd you say?
Me?
Yeah.
I said the prior day high in the NASDAQ is 24,922s.
Yep.
Kind of that next
That's-
spot. I do have a level right here at the NASDAQ, but I mean, none of these levels are relevant until we can flip the trend.
Yeah. I'm pretty bearish. So I'm just gonna hold. I've been bearish since this morning. I didn't love the push all the way back up. I tried one short and then I think I took the stop out like uh I tried a short at like 9:51, got stopped out at like 9:55, and then, just watched it go up because I was not bullish for the day. So I'm happy I got my short in here. So basically at 1 p.m., I saw that ES and NASDAQ, like they had a small divergence there. And then I had the 10:45 low marked out from, I believe that was the low I have marked out since this morning, as I wanted that to break. Let's see, the 10:11 low. And we finally broke it literally like before we got on the air. And then I was kind of monitoring the swing high stayed intact. Then we broke down again, and I was like, okay, I'll try to get in on that retracement. We ended up dropping pretty nicely. So let's see if we can we get that down close today. That'll be nice.
Right on the day.
Yeah,
Right
I don't know. It's
every
asking for a lot. I just want us to close below 24,993 on the day for me to be happy, because then we'll reject this on the daily, this daily fair value gap. But I mean, yeah, it would be nice to drop all the way down.
How low can you go? Can you go down low?
The cha-cha slide is funny.
It's been a
I
while since I've done that one.
think I did that one like the 5th grade.
Did it like 2 months ago at someone's wedding.
Oh, fun. That's true. People would use it for like sweet. Oh, we're dropping.
Yeah, tape is picking up here. Sorry, guys, if I'm quiet, it's just
You're
focusing on a
concentrating.
couple, yeah, number of things.
Thank you, Paul Franklin. Mm-mm-mm. Cool Shap Cap. Got some of that with me. Nice. Thanks.
So did Scott. Made 500
Nice.
off of your short.
Oh, cool. Jack said he's not good at multitasking while he's in 3 or 4 trades at once. It's funny.
It's the same task.
That's funny.
It's the same task. It would be like doing that and then like also trying to like create a YouTube thumbnail. I couldn't do.
Fair enough.
Oh wow, ES just hit previous day high. Tanya, you might get that new low a day.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold. Like, I really just want to trail correctly. I don't want to trail too tightly. See, there's 5 minutes here now forming. Yeah, we could retrace into it.
Yeah, I think for NQ, if we get below previous day high, next level I have is 853 and then 790.
Question that somebody asked me on the ATR. So the ATR expansionary bars are the yellow bars you see on my screen. And I mean, ideally you want to be on the side of that because that's for me, that's like a momentum signal, especially with like a larger price break. And you saw that around like 130 here in the Russell. And then, same thing with that ES, that yellow bar that's expanding more than 50% of the average range. And you can see right after that, that's about when Tanja got short in that zone. And that has led to lower prices. So it's something I just pay attention to where the most recent momentum was. In the morning, the ATRs were expanding to the upside, and now in the afternoon, they are to the downside. So
Ruh-roh.
Thought feeder, Larry was already on. You'd have to just rewind back through this video to catch that. Rewind like 40 minutes ago. Actually, I'm sorry, an hour and 40 minutes.
He is a legend. I think we're
I'm
going
gonna have to go back and replay that video too because I missed it. Came in towards the end.
24,870 is where I think we're going here in the NQ.
Yeah, I could see us get to 880s soon.
Now there might be a if we pop here, I'd definitely be looking into selling into that pop into maybe a move into the final close 6,900 in the ES. If we got back up there, that might be a big ask at this point.
We could. I could see us bouncing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see us bouncing here. Yeah, especially we have like a 5 minute FEG here. I would be interested to see if we get back up to 24 968s, 24 970s, and then reject from there.
Yeah. I'd like the 975 area, 970, 975.
Yeah, 5 minute 9 EMA is 980. And we've just basically been below the 9 EMA
Actually getting some decent movement here.
for the past 45 minutes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to find it on my ATR bar indicator. I mean, I wrote it, so if you're looking for it, you're not going to find it. So it's not something you can really look up, but I call it an ATR expansion bar.
I like how the 4 hour is looking now. We have an upper wick. And now we're coming back down. It'd be pretty epic to take out a 4 hour. Yeah, if we take out that the session low, that would be wild. I feel like I'm asking for a lot there, so I'll be careful. But today is Wednesday, right? Yeah, I think it could happen today, Wednesday. What are the other events for this week? We have unemployment claims tomorrow, pending home sales, GDP PCE on Friday, and 9:50, 45 a.m. news on Friday too, and 10 a.m. Okay, so
So nothing major, basically.
PCE can sometimes move things. Yeah, let's see. 997.
Oh yeah, also possible tariff ruling on Friday. Thanks, Deb.
You say thanks, Dad?
Deb in the chat said that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been getting postponed, so maybe this Friday we either get something or gets postponed again. Again.
What is on my forehead? It is ashes from Ash Wednesday. Maybe you live in a box and have never heard of that.
Who else caught some shorts in the chat? Let me know. It was kind of tough, but ended up working out. Now let's see if we're gonna flush. It's 2:45 p.m. So we have 15 minutes left in this hourly candle. Okay. Thing I'm sort of slightly worried about is if on the hourly we wick this area from 9:13 to 9:34. So the next 15 minutes I'd actually just love to close below that. Um yeah. Maybe we retrace. Yeah. And then drop again.
Seems like a lot of people in the chat are or were short with you, Tanya.
Oh, cool. Yeah, let me see. It's nice when you start the day off, really bare buys I didn't get any longs in. And then, the shorts that work out in the afternoon. It's like, yay, don't give up. Well, point is, if you see your strategy again, just take it again. Don't be scared. What did the guy say right before us? It was like intelligence is measured by how you're willing to be wrong twice. Okay. Nice. Somebody said they were short just before I was short. Cool. Someone said statistically, you have around a 25% chance to take current low, close to 70% to close above IBM, not feels, just stats. What's IBM stand for?
IBM?
Yeah.
Initial balance mid, maybe?
Okay.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah, you're right. IB mid.
Okay.
Got to speak through all the trader acronyms. I feel like everybody's got their own.
Totally.
I have some that I don't even drop because I know nobody knows what they are because I try to like say them because everybody's doing different things. Intense bowel movement.
Oh no.
Yuck, someone says.
I mean, as far as somebody asked a question, I'm not going to get in here and preach religion to anybody, but I think any form of discipline in your life is going to be impactful in a positive way in your trading because trading is related to a lot of discipline and a lot of self-awareness. And you can relate that to many aspects of life in many different religions, not just Christianity. I think, all forms of religions and even, physical disciplines can help you just be disciplined in overall in your life. And I think, following rule sets and guidelines is how you improve many different things. And it can be from a moral code or a trading process.
Preach.
God is in the chat. That's hilarious.
Just the whole discipline thing, like If you can be disciplined outside of trading in your day-to-day life, then, eventually it will translate into trading.
Absolutely.
Could be anything, your gym, your diet, your religion, whatever.
The time you go to bed, the time you wake up. I mean, I think the more things that
Yeah.
you are disciplined life and disciplined in your life and like routine, your life just becomes easier. When things are like hectic, I mean, it's hard to gain thought process and have clarity of your mind. I think clarity of mind is like really helpful in trading. We all know like, or after like a couple of bad trades or like a few mistakes, like the lack of clarity that you have in your mind and how that impacts your trading performance. And I mean, it just goes across the board with everything you do. I mean, I think I can tell you what, it's when you're
It'd be
down
nice
a
to make
lot,
a new low here.
it would be nice. I was gonna go. So somebody asked me in chat if I'm still looking for short. I'm looking for my short if we get up into 6,900 or 24,995. But if actually we trade lower first, I'm looking to go long. So it looks like we're gonna trade lower before we trade higher. But if we trade higher before we go lower, I'll go short. And I was just gonna make a joke about like, when you're like really down in a position and you've removed your stop and you're just sitting there and you're going, please God, oh, I won't do it again. I won't do it again. I won't do it again.
Bargaining.
Just
More like, I don't even want profit. Just get me back to break even.
yeah, just take me back to break even. Just take me back to break even. No, I don't have a trading therapist. I talk to Salma and Tanja. Talk me through my drawdowns.
Yep, we have a
Yeah,
group
let's
chat,
talk about
guys.
this this begging with God let's talk about the removing of the stop while down. I can't relate to that. I don't know what you're talking about.
You've never like clicked that. You've never done that. Oh man, I've definitely done that. Not in a long
I've
time. I
done
don't do that anymore. But
Yeah, maybe once, twice when I was just starting. Okay, we just made a new low there. So honestly, it's best for me to trail that. Mm-mm.
So like Tanya, NQ just made a new low. ES has not. What do you take from this, or nothing
Yeah,
just
I'm
yet?
trailing my yeah, I've noticed that Nasdaq came and just rejected from that FEG, create made a new low. Um, well, if it starts reversing from there, it could be the reversal, just why I just trailed my stop a lot. So, and this is where my new stop is actually below where my first target was. So I'm happy with where that stop is. My first target was 980s. And we dropped pretty decently, so it's I'm fine with trailing this. So yeah, if the thing is though, you need to look for what I would do is I don't just long because of that. It's just on one,
Mm-hmm.
the other one at 1 p.m. It starts off as a 1 minute, but then it was the new high of day, and then it ended up being like, 15 minute on the 15-minute chart looked like an SMT. I wouldn't do anything personally here until the last swing high gets taken on both of them. And then I would think, okay, maybe there's a reversal. And the case could be made for it. Because we are in like a discount of the leg that went up today. So if we are overall bullish in the coming days, then maybe that's where price will pause. But I'm overall bearish still because the 4 hour and that daily, we're rejecting from this area I'd marked out. Um, so yeah. What do you see? I don't need this.
yeah, somebody asked me. I do not have a position in Bitcoin, but I'll be looking shorts tomorrow. I just don't have anything left to do there today.
Okay, so you see like ES just took out the new low day, so that SMT is not valid. And that's why you gotta just wait if you're looking for that as a potential reversal. It's just like, oh, it's just because Nasdaq's a little weaker at the moment doesn't mean ES won't catch up in the next couple of minutes. And that's why
Right.
I like to wait because otherwise I feel like, trying to catch a falling knife. Cool. So let's see. I think on the hourly we have 7 minutes left. So far it looks good. I would love it if it closed below 919. Then maybe we could drop lower to 780s or yeah, 880s first.
Someone's asking if I have any tips on trading Asia. Yeah, don't do it. That's my tip. Just go to sleep. Get your sleep in. It's not worth it.
Asia's not even that late. You going to bed then?
No, but like it's just not worth it because before you know it, you're up. It's 2 a.m. in the
Yeah, if
morning,
you're
and you're
sitting
like,
there
"What?
holding
What the
it,
hell did
yeah.
I just do to myself?" Just don't even do it. It's really not worth it. And maybe you get like 1 or 2 good days every 2 weeks or so. Like,
Just go to bed.
just go to sleep. Yeah. But if you really like insist on doing it,
Well,
just
I mean, I think for some people, like if they work and stuff, it's their only option to like really, get full
I think
concentration in the
London
market.
session's better than Asia though.
Yeah.
If you're
yeah.
gonna
But
trade
like, who's
Alex
waking
better,
up?
trade
Yeah,
London
London,
session.
I'm definitely sleeping. I am sleeping through that one. Asia's like 7 or 8 o'clock my time, so it's like sometimes I'm around. Once again, though, like Tanya mentioned, or Salma, you mentioned that it's like 2 days a week that it's actually really good.
Yeah. If that, like, if that, that would be like on a really good
Gaps,
week.
earnings,
Yeah.
Sunday nights. I think Sunday nights are decent, especially if there's like developments over the weekend.
Yeah, but if you insist on doing it, I would just recommend, potentially just sizing a little lighter. That way you're not constantly watching your position like a hawk. I know when we do put on like size, subconsciously we just feel like we need to baby the position. But if you're just size light, it's almost like, I'll let it just do its thing, whether it hits my TP or it hits my stop loss. I won't be too bothered. And that way, you can sleep and have the position on overnight.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you don't already trade Asia, I don't recommend you start now. There you go, Tanya. You're getting your drop.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Should I put on my bear hat? Gotta put it on.
Wow, things are getting serious.
Mm-hmm.
Market makers are going to see that and
I know,
hit
might
the
jinx
reverse.
myself.
Yeah.
Ah! Here's the 880 level. Let's see if we drop lower. Wait, what is it? It's 257. This is actually good. Yeah, it's good for me. The hourly is gonna close looking very ugly. ES is approaching its midnight open, 9:30 open area soon. This is actually kind of nice. If you have 3 micro runners and you're up $900, that's nice. Okay, here's ES. Honestly, yeah, we're wiping out right now. Sheesh. Okay, let's see what happens right here. Honestly, yeah, it should not have dropped this much, so it's pretty looking good for me at the moment. What do we have? We have 3 minutes left until this hourly closes. Okay.
Yeah, we're almost at that
I
850
got filled
on
up.
NQ.
I got filled on my longs down there, so we'll see if that was the puke we needed to.
Uh-oh.
What'd you take?
I took both ES and NQ. I've been sitting on
Nice.
limits down there for the last 10 minutes. 75 half in the ES and 868 in the NQ.
Yeah, I'm just continuously gonna trail my stop, so we'll just do that.
You're up over like 100 points, right?
Yeah, I'm up 140 points.
Great
Yeah,
trade.
you're big chillin'.
I was waiting for this all morning this morning, so it's nice to get something like that finally.
You know what they say, Tanya? Patience pays.
Yeah,
Can't get a runner without holding it, that's for sure.
that's true. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue just trailing runners. I'm okay if it comes up um and trails me out because yeah, it's well below the last low. It's below the last swing low also, or right at it anyway. So that's what I said I'd do is trail. Let's see if it doesn't reject from here, then I might be in trouble. So let's see how this next 30 seconds go. We're retesting the 830 open level. Rejecting it right now, but we'll see. This candle kind of closed above this 1 minute, so it's pretty much 50-50 for me. I might get trailed out of this, but I'm okay with it.
I just moved my stops to break even. That was a pretty sharp reaction to my limits. So I'm just took a see if that's just that puke run, just the way that traded, that fast down and immediate reversal. That is the 50% retracement from the 1245 low in both of these markets. That's where I picked that level. And we also held that at the end of the day yesterday. So we'll see if we can run back up here to, I don't know, I think a really good move in the ES would be 6902s and maybe like 20.
Okay, I'm all out of my position
5,000.
right now. Good trade, good trade.
Good stuff,
Cool.
Tanya.
I think overall, yeah. Okay, all out of my resting position for 110 points, 100 something points.
Nice trade.
Okay. Yay. Yeah, I agree. I think, yeah, pretty much I was eyeing this 880s level. We did find a bid there, and we're going back here for at the moment. Let's see.
Yeah, we just tapped into previous day high again, retesting that.
Okay, it's 3 p.m. This hourly just closed. It still honestly looks pretty bearish to me on the hourly. But might not be it's time. It's might not be time to go all the way lower like I want it to for the rest of the week, maybe tomorrow. Or maybe it does. Let's see.
Yeah, it still can. It could still go lower. The hourly does look bearish.
I know, right? I'm just looking at the
Yeah.
5. Still looks bearish on the 5 too. It just having its retracement moment.
think that's all that it's doing right now. I mean, obviously things change a little bit if we can reclaim 6,900 on ES.
Yeah, I just feel like that was really just an exaggerated move down there. That speed that picked up and the way we just wicked out of that and hammered. Just, I mean, it all just depends on what we do if we get back below that low. But that was, I mean, a pretty fast liquidation there from
Yeah,
that.
I agree. I think if we get back below the low, then for sure
But that's
I would
definitely,
be
yeah,
looking
that's going to be a
for,
turning point.
then I
moving
would look for
forward.
like to new low death.
Yeah, that's
So
definitely.
I'm like fine trailing, and then if it does develop again, I'm okay with jumping in again, honestly.
Mhm. Yeah, that low. I mean, that's the 255 candle. And the way I like to view is just like, all right, if that's 255, like come 320, like if we're above that low or below that low, I would like look at the structure moving forward, like let that price action develop from here and like come 320. If we're if that low is solid by 320, I would think you can trade against it. But if we are taking it out, it's back to new lows. That's I
Why
just
do you look at 320 specifically?
so I'm
But you
looking
do
at
things in 20
320.
minutes, I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. So I'm just taking 25 minutes from that point when
Oh,
that
okay.
will open. Yeah.
Okay.
It just a number I noticed. Like even if you look at that leg down, let's see in the NASDAQ here. This is like that first sell 25. And then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we consolidated on that, fifth bar. We just really don't often go more than 25 minutes in one direction. It's pretty rare.
Okay.
Yeah, my stop is my entry. It's either going to work or it's not. Don't need to stick around if it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, it very well could retest and then move higher, but that's fine. I'm not willing to take that risk after that first touch. Bulls still have a lot to prove here, though. I'm definitely in the camp that this is still downtrending with the hope that we flip it, is all.
Yeah, I agree. I think closing above 6,900 on the day puts bulls in a decent spot for tomorrow. Anything below that, a little bit of a dangerous
Yeah.
territory.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
agree. Yeah, for me, it's, yeah, 68, 97.75. If we close below that, that's great for me. I definitely want to short all day tomorrow if that happens.
Yeah. I mean, buyers are looking weak here still.
Whatever we do, I just hope if we are selling off, it's not on news of any conflict.
Yep, I agree. Say
Yeah,
that again.
Don't want to see that.
I know.
Yeah, this is some sleepy action.
Oh, I think it's pretty volatile. I mean, these bars are big here. I mean, we're running pretty hard. That was just, Tanja really had the best entry short there. If you were selling into highs, you were sitting in that position for a really long time. But when she entered, immediate action in her favor, and then just great covers.
Yeah, yeah, like we mentioned before, those are the best kinds of trades. It like shows that you're right away, and then you can easily just manage your trade and trail easily.
Yeah, great
Um,
execution, Tanya.
oh, thank you. Okay.
You're
So what
welcome.
happens here? Yeah, ES bounced on the 9:30 open in the midnight open for now. And then right now we're definitely like the bulls are kind of fighting with the bears. Kind of similar, I feel like, from 155 to 220. So it might
Definitely.
develop similar kind of range bound action right now. We'll see.
Looks like Trump is speaking at a reception soon.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, yeah, nice. I see that here. Has he started to speak? No. If he hasn't started speaking yet, then he'll probably be like 30 minutes late.
Good. Don't talk to the market closest.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm sure he'll start speaking like right before the market's about to close.
Who knows? And honestly, it might be like a what's the conference? Might be off topic. As far as like sometimes like if he's at like a children's conference, maybe hopefully he's speaking on healthcare or something.
Yeah, I mean, this is him participating in Black History Month.
All right,
So
well,
I don't know how
hopefully he
much he
stays
could say.
off. Let's hopefully he stays off market topics then.
I don't think he could do that. I don't think he can help himself, so we'll see.
Okay, I'm gonna be right back in a few minutes. Hopefully this doesn't drop too low without me. Hopefully it ranges.
Okay, she's gone. Go do it, market makers. I'm joking. Yeah, they don't want to push this higher. I would have liked to see maybe like the 15-minute 9 EMA get retested, and I would have considered shorts, but they're not giving it to us. They barely gave us like the 5-minute 9 EMA.
All right, back to those same levels I got long, but I am out. I don't want to stick around for a second test. I was hoping that first test would be enough. Not interested in a second, even though I think it could still work for at least a moderate bounce. But boy, if we hang here and make a new low, that is not a good look. That is a big failure today. A lot of riding, I think, on this low. I mean, this low taken out is, back through the open as a possibility. We got plenty of time left to make it happen. This market is
Make it happen, Cap'n. Yeah, next target I would have on ES is that January 2nd low, 68.66 level. And then I'd like to see what we do there.
Yeah, I'd have 59s as my next anticipation, basically the settlement of yesterday or around it.
Yeah,
But
I mean, if we get to 66, then they might as well send us to new low day,
All
yeah,
right, I'm back. Oh no, we're dropping more. Okay. Oof. All right, cool. Rob, they had to stop me. They had to stop me at my trail stop first.
Dude, Jim is so funny.
Jeremy?
Jim.
The Jim.
If I could see Jim sing karaoke of Pitbull
Dude, I would pay
and
good money for
Kesha,
that.
I will get my flight to Miami myself.
Okay, Trump is speaking, by the way. He started
It's
to talk,
going
so
down. I'm
All
yelling
right.
to you better move. You better dance. That's a great
Uh,
song.
Leaking Blob. I do have socials. You can find me on Twitter.
You can find her Instagram too if you're really good at looking people up.
Please
Oh
don't do that.
boy.
I'm kidding. I don't even know if you have a Instagram. I
She has
bet
a
you do.
No,
MySpace you could
not.
You
follow.
gotta. What do they call that? What do you
She has a
kids call that?
MySpace.
Yeah, no, she's too young for MySpace. MySpace came out the year she was born.
I
Actually?
have an AIM. You can find me on AIM.
No chance.
Swear to God, I
You got
do.
a Tamagotchi pet too?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I figured. You don't got a name either then.
No, I do. This was one of my main emails at AOL.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. There it is.
Okay,
So-
ES is just clinging on to this 5-minute OR high. It's just not letting go. The 77 and a quarter. You've got mail.
It ain't looking good for them bulls.
Yeah.
You get stopped down and break even.
Yeah.
You've got mail.
Yep. Wasn't hanging around that one. Didn't need to do that. Those were the days. These are the days. Man, what a pattern on the chart. Just a big old upside down U. I don't even know what you call that. Not a huge pattern guy, but
Upside down cup and handle, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah. I think we call that a camel. Couple humps there. Look, it's a nice head.
Yeah, you can do that too. That's funny.
I have rode a camel before.
What?
Egypt.
That's cool.
Yeah, got one of those. Got one of those under my belt. This is a St. Louis arch pattern. I agree. That's exactly what it looks like on today's action with a big old St. Louis arch. Let's see if I can bring my ES into the screen. This, if you've ever driven from Illinois to St. Louis, this is exactly what you pass over. Just one of these.
Wait, you actually go on a car over that? I thought that was like a
No,
boat.
you pass under it, or you don't pass under it,
Oh,
you pass like by it.
okay.
That would be epic. You just take a car up it, man. They should turn that thing into a roller coaster. What are we doing? If it was in Dubai, it would
That's
be
like
a
all
roller
my
coaster.
nightmares, by the way. Every time I have like a recurring nightmare where I have to drive over a bridge, but the bridge is like a roller coaster track. Like there's loop-de-loops and everything.
Oh my gosh, sounds horrific.
That's reoccurring.
You know
And
those.
then there's always like, oh, there's a test I didn't study for and I need it to get my degree. And I'm like, I already have my degree. What's going on?
You ever seen a psychic to like kind of dive into these? I hear dreams that are reoccurring, like are like supposed to mean something in your life. I don't really have too many reoccurring dreams anymore.
I think it just means that, I cared a lot about my grades.
Fair.
That's true. I don't think I need anyone to help me interpret that.
Yeah.
I don't
okay,
like driving over bridges either, so I don't like driving next to a car on a highway either. I mean, next to a
that's kind of
truck.
tough. What do you do
Next
when
to
you're
a
not
truck,
driving
I
next to a
mean.
car on a highway? I was gonna say,
No, like
how do you avoid that one? Let me know when
I
you.
like hold my breath when I'm driving by a truck every time.
I do that over.
Why? You should actually feel decently safe, I feel like.
No, what?
Yeah.
You feel safe next to a
What are you
truck, man.
talking
New
about?
Jersey.
Yeah, but like okay, so like
Not in New Jersey, for
my
sure.
brother drives 18-wheelers and he goes cross country. So like just speaking to him and knowing like, the rules that they have, and
For sure.
obviously
Well, they're
obviously not
professional
every
drivers, technically.
Yeah, and obviously not every single driver follows all the rules, but like if you're in the left lane on the highway, you should be fine because they can't even come into the left lane
Oh,
unless,
they
all the
they
lanes are closed or something. Like,
they definitely be coming into the left lane where I'm from, but I think it's
no,
more
they
of
can't
just
do
like
that
how
here.
big they are.
You know what? I
Yeah.
will say this, Tanya, though. They're annoying when you're on the bridge, on the George Washington Bridge. It's
There's a
so
million.
annoying.
Or you get out of the Holland Tunnel.
Yeah, I will
Lincoln
say
Tunnel.
that is
I know
like
the
super
Lincoln Tunnel's
annoying.
the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I don't know.
I
It's
just rather
Stretch
get
J says in Jersey, but in PA they can. It depends though, because obviously I think in PA, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like the highways are 2 lanes, and so there's very minimal place for them to go. But like in Jersey, the lanes are five lanes in a highway, so they can't, 5 or 4, so they can't come into the left lane. But yeah, I don't know. I feel decently safe around them.
yeah, I think it's just the kinetic energy thing. I'd just rather be hit by a Mini Cooper, you know what I'm saying?
The momentum, yeah. M1V1 equals M2V2. Yep. It's much more mass. Yeah. No, when I was moving, I hired like the moving company, and they were like, yeah. And I was like, okay, I'll meet you there. And I get on them behind them in the highway, and I couldn't even keep up. They're like going 80 miles an hour down the highway, I swear. It's like, oh my gosh.
Do you hire
Those
that?
are like the smaller trucks though, right?
Yeah, it's not an 18-wheeler, but it's,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's probably,
I get scared around the little trucks too because they think
they're
they're like,
wobbly.
yeah, yeah. They also think that they're just like hot shit, and that's a scary mentality. But like around the 18 wheelers, I feel fine.
You feel at home.
I just like I feel better than being next to the
Ah,
smaller
I've
trucks.
never heard somebody's I feel so safe next to an 18 wheeler on the highway.
You know
This
what
is
it is
like
too? Like I
you have the
also give
most
them their
unique
space.
opinions.
No, whatever. I don't know.
I mean,
Saying
whatever.
a unique opinion. He's saying you have an ice cold take.
I never even heard that phrase before, but I like it.
People say hot take, and it's
Yeah, yeah.
they
Ice
give you the
cold
ice
take.
cold take. Yeah.
Nice, nice. I like it. I like it. I don't mean to. I'm not picking on you, Salma. I just think
No, it's okay. This is
next
honestly the
time,
last
He's
thing.
got older brothers.
next
No,
time
no,
I
this
feel
is the
unsafe
last
next
thing
to
I
an
think you
18 wheeler, I'm
pick.
going to think of you. I'm like, if Salma can
Yeah,
do it, I can do it.
you can. Yeah, you could do it.
Oh my gosh. My dad like fixes those. He's a truck mechanic actually. But
Yeah,
no, I'm
so
still
ask
scared of them. It doesn't have
I
anything to do
oh
with
really?
actually,
anything, like my dad
I
can drive those too.
my dad worked for a trucking company as well. While we're on the topic, he worked for a Ryder, so that's funny.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Right.
guess we're all involved in trucks.
Yes. Okay, it's 3:22. So the 20 minutes passed by, right? And then
Yep.
we're still dropping. Um, I would have loved it if we got back to 86 on the NASDAQ or 880s for ES. Then I would have honestly wanted to look for a short there, but we did not retrace that much. It's too bad I just got like the tiniest of stop outs there, but that's fine. Um, trailed it. Gotta protect profits. Hmm. Yeah, that
Mm.
was kind of interesting. Yeah, it was a big pop up and then, kind of a slow grind back lower. Actually, faster than I anticipated because I thought it would be kind of like the one right before two. Okay. Chat, do you think that will continue till the new low of day? Very possible.
Yeah, I mean, we don't stop here. I don't know why they're not. Last 30 minutes of the day are going to be green. Like somebody just mentioned, we haven't had a 15-minute green bar since the high of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's funny that we're still green on the day. The candle's still green because we're above midnight open. We're up 0.45% in NASDAQ. Okay.
there's a chance this 15-minute candle closes green.
Yeah, that could possibly happen for sure.
I mean, we're unched on it in the NASDAQ. We're down a few points in the ES.
Can we just close the market? Like, just close it. We can do this again tomorrow. Just close the market.
It's close to laptop.
This is so boring. Oh God.
It's fun. I think it's a good day. Let's
Yeah, I
see.
don't mind today.
Mm,
I mean, what we ripped how many hundreds of points up and then dropped them. You know, you had your choices of longs in the morning or shorts in the afternoon. Everybody got their pick.
we had a pretty
Yeah, and
good
I typically
day.
love these days where like the opportunities are presented on both sides.
400
But unless
points.
you were long as soon as the market opened, then you were really chasing. And then the shorts took forever. It just, yeah, I don't know. Today was not my day.
Fair enough.
Stop
was.
Hunter, no. I did not get wrecked.
Well, we got a lot of people watching. You know what, guys? We haven't asked for any likes on stream, but we got to get that number up over 50%. We got over 1,000 you watching here, which is a great number for an end of day. At least what I'm
Yeah.
used to. So can we pump that up over 500? Get 50% of you guys to like, and if you are new to the NinjaTrader channel,
Like it, and I'll bring out the money gun.
oh, the money
Because we got
gun.
a banger trade today.
Yeah,
Well, how many likes we have
Someone
right
was asking for it earlier. You missed it.
now? No, I saw it. What are the likes at right now?
they're at
Still up.
515. We just bumped it up. Let's see if we can get it to
Yeah.
600 here before
Yeah,
the
if it gets to
60%
600,
of you.
then we'll bring out the
600 for the money gun.
You got to pump
No.
it up.
Bump
Make
up
it
the likes,
700.
drop the market.
And some new subscribers. If you're new here, make sure you are subscribed to the NinjaTrader channel, as we are doing this every day with a different set of hosts, all providing unique eyes on the market and skill sets, and also great humor and unique opinions.
Oh, also while we're at while we're on the topic of announcements and stuff, NinjaTrader is hosting a March Market Madness competition kicking off March 2nd. It is pinned in the channel, guys, in the YouTube chat. Make sure you click the link, join. It's free to join. There is $20,000 pool prize. 100 people can win. It's going to be fun. Make sure you sign up and participate. I know I will.
I like that.
Tanya, Jack, you guys should do it too.
What is
All
it?
right.
Is
Yeah.
that
And
This,
sign up.
this,
Listen,
this one
sign
we
up.
know about.
Sign up under the names of Julia and George.
Julia George deal. It's competing under my, what do they call the fake Twitter or fake Instagram accounts?
Burners.
Yes, there you go.
Burners.
Your burner account.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that this competition it's not just a day competition, it's a couple of days. So it'll be different than, the tournaments and the competitions that we're used to.
Okay.
I'm already signed up.
Cool. Cool. Got about 3 minutes. This 15-minute candle closes. We are green in the NQ currently. First green bar since, like somebody mentioned, for basically the high day, since the ES made that high the day. That SMT you had mentioned that was at 1 o'clock Eastern time. 47 likes to the money gun, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get it? We got 30 minutes left. I tell you what, the money gun is fun. I have money. I have no gun. I got some cow. I'll just throw it.
Okay.
Just throw it in the air, and I'll have to clean it up when the stream ends because it's real.
Uh-oh. Yeah, the most annoying part is cleaning it up afterwards.
Can't use a vacuum.
No. Definitely not. Oh yeah, we're not talking. No, I got a Dyson now. I'm happy with that one.
Ooh.
I don't like the whatever it was Roomba that I got.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, no.
The scary Roomba. Yes, it's
I don't like
Finsta.
it.
It's not burner. It's Finsta.
Finsta.
Dude,
Oh,
Finsta
a
is so
Finsta?
old. Oh
Yo,
my God.
come on. You invented the Finsta.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
This 15-minute is
This-
right
I
at
feel
its
like
open.
I feel like NT Live needs an Instagram so they can be clipping us.
They do have a
They have
well,
an Instagram.
NinjaTrader has an
No,
Instagram.
Yeah, I
not
know
I don't know
Ninja
about
Trader.
That's
Ninja
true.
Trader Live, the Ninja Trader Live needs their own. That just needs to be clipping this stuff. We'd be going viral left and right for real.
That's true. I think they're gonna. We'll see. Okay, this 30 seconds left in this 15-minute candle. I just basically marked out like a 3-minute FEG and premium of the last leg down, to see if we would reject from it. Because we have just been making just a lot of fast moves, respecting every last swing high. So why wouldn't it be for that one? We'll see.
Mhm.
Take
Yeah,
it
I mean,
back
I
into
think
there.
Bulls would need to get it above 85 to get anywhere here in the 68.85, 68.86. Jack,
Yeah.
how do you pick the swing point for the drawn and fib recent swing entry of the chart or higher time frame swing? That is like a very deep. So fibs are useless unless they're like drawn properly, and there's so many different. I mean, it's really hard to go over that and like that. I have like a full like 15-hour lesson on different things, but it depends. Your simple halfway back is just a low. Like I always like if you're just looking for something, I think you should always know where the mid of the week is in the mid of the day. Just to keep it simple. So I will look. So if you look at the swing low from 1245 yesterday in the NASDAQ and the S&P and draw that midpoint, that held yesterday into the close. So I noticed that this morning, I knew that we held that 1245 midpoint to high in both indexes. And so if it worked yesterday, I'm just like, well, let me see if it works again today. And that is where my limit order was. And in my opinion, there was a reactionary trade to that level because, we're finally coming out of it. We didn't get much below it. That was a 68.75 half in the ES. And it was a 24,868 in the NQ. So far, that's been where we have basically dead stopped. So a lot of times I pay attention to if something's worked previously, like immediately in the prior day. I'm thinking that there's maybe I assume that those are computer programs buying that midpoint, or an individual set of traders. And if they're right yesterday, they're probably going to try it again today. So that's like one great way to do it. And with that little lesson, get us over 600 likes. I want to see Tanya's mini money gun. I've already given this stream a like. I've logged into my Finsta. I've logged into my burner, and we are
Oh yeah, I have to give it
we
a
are
like.
30 shy.
Okay.
You can do it!
No, I don't have time to be a influencer. I wish. Seems like an easy job.
Didn't Tanya sell her vacuum? Yeah, I did. I sold the Roomba. I got the Dyson. Tanya pays someone. I do pay someone, but not. I clean up after my own mess though, so I'm not gonna. I clean up my own money gun mess for sure. Yeah, it looks like we are not rejecting from that area like I'd like to see it. So it's possible that the last 30 minutes of the day will pop back up. And it would be actually hilarious if we pin this like right at like the 25,000 level for NASDAQ, because that's literally where I say it's like the decisive level for closing today. So I think that would be funny.
Mhm.
Or 6,900 for ES also. We'll continue to monitor a situation, but it's possible that the low of the day, low of the session, or low of the afternoon session is made. Let's see. We could come back up to 950s.
Selling where
see.
we need to sell so far, but it's so close to the end of the day. We're gonna get, I don't know, if we don't get through this 5-minute high though.
Yeah, if we don't, then it's not looking good for them.
Yeah.
I know it's still possible to
Yeah.
reject from here. Actually, ES looks like a decent rejection right now.
Yeah.
Nasdaq always digs a little bit deeper, but I don't trust it after we drop so much.
It's like I'm not gonna go in again after that 1 minute candle. Like, what was this? 1 minute 30 bar. Like, it's like a bullish engulfing candle. Let's see.
So, Jack, I don't think Trump said anything in his speech about the
We just,
market or the economy or anything like that. But he did
perfect.
say, I will talk about the economy at the State of the Union. So that'll be next week.
Oh, the State of the Union's next week. Interesting. Okay.
Yep,
It
the
actually makes me
24th.
think that they're probably not going to do anything militarily because I highly doubt he would want to go in the State of the Union addressing that.
Yeah, so
Seems like a bad idea.
24th is probably, if anyone wants to trade Asia and you want to be a DGen, be my guest. You can trade the 24th during his speech and have fun with that volatility. It will be probably a good Asia session.
Man, the 2016 Trump election market that night was insane. I don't know if you guys are on that, but that was one of the craziest overnight markets I've ever traded. We just put in a trend bar. If you're looking at my screen, that blue bar, that's an indicator I use. So on the high, we put this, see this red line here that happened at 135. That's when we put in a trend bar lower, which is like this plots specifically after consolidations of like a really fast move of multiple indicators I watch. We just put in one higher. So if we can squeeze above that 86 level, I would say this low is probably secure for the day. But we need to get close. This is above 86 here.
Yeah, we just took out that 5 minute high. So I think we'll probably get to 950s.
Yeah, we're back at previous day high, rejecting from it again.
Oh, we are 5 legs away, Tanya. You better load that sucker.
Uh-oh.
You better load that bad boy up.
Make that 6 someone unliked. How dare you guys?
Hey, you set the bar. We just made it.
Not loading it until it's hit though.
Oh, there you go. Well, don't speak too
She's
soon.
got stacks on deck.
I don't have that many on my desk. My show is not going to be as exciting, but I will give the old club dance. You don't have to use all that, Save some for the children. You're looking like a Scarface over there with that money. Got bricks of it.
You gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. You gotta pump those numbers up.
They're gonna clip you. Yep. GG.
Who's gonna clip me?
Production.
Oh, okay.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
Those are fine. That's fine by me. Yeah, so we are continuing this 1 minute trend back up higher. If we get to 952, I think if we don't get it there by 350, I think that's where 350 candles headed.
I think we can get as high as 99, 90, 95.
Yeah, that's what it says. Like, it would be hilarious if we close there for the day, because that's kind of like the level I want us to stay right below. That's kind of like a pinned level. Then they'll pin it if they do. It's kind of wild.
So what do you think on when the bell rings, you're just going to go, or when Jim comes on? What's your timing on this?
Oh yeah, just do
whenever
it when
we
Jim
hit the
comes on.
lights.
We hit
No,
them.
we're there.
We
We're
hit them?
we're
Oh, there we go.
flying. We're flying.
Oh, there we go.
We're at
Yeah, we gotta give
we're
it.
at
We gotta give the people
60% of the viewers.
60%.
Dude, at this point, make it 700.
See, we're at
Be greedy with the
There you go,
likes.
people.
this
Gotta
this
give the people what they want.
I think this triple team does some pretty high viewers.
Oh, she did it. We need music in the back.
Oh my goodness! All right, then I might as well just
Jack, I don't have any dollar bills, guys. Don't look
Bears
at me.
win today for this
her mess is
afternoon
definitely
session.
larger than mine.
Woohoo! Let's go. Thanks for the likes, everyone. I give the people what they want. Yeah, that 330 candle really like started that pushback higher.
Yeah,
We've been
right on the
just
money.
going right there. So
It was that was a 7-point candle on the 1 minute and ES right at 330. I haven't checked the NQ yet, but
it was like 30 points, I think.
yeah, ATR expansion 32. You guys ever hit the ATM and like that's a silly question. You guys definitely don't go to the ATM, but you get those crisp bills that are
I live in New
numerical.
York. I go to the ATM.
Okay.
I
Cash
go
is
once a
king.
month.
Salma does not go to the ATM.
I go once a month
You're
when
a
I go do
credit
my
card
nails.
girl. You're
You gotta tip people.
Apple
But
Pay.
yeah,
Apple
when I
Pay.
go, no, I hate Apple Pay. I don't Apple Pay nothing. But like when I go do my nails, they have like a 10% cash discount.
Oh, me
Oh,
too.
nice. Nice.
So the 10% it motivates me to go to the bank, but they're
Dude,
like right
there's
next
always
to each
ATM
other.
at the
So
That's
nail
so
salon, too.
real. That's so real.
dude, anything to save $5, I'll do it.
Oh my gosh, it's so
But
real.
yeah, that's the
Or
only
if I
time
save, I
where
just like, tip them extra or whatever. And then, I don't know. I like it when I just give them a bill and that's it. I don't want any change.
No, totally. Or like if you're at a restaurant, like I hate like giving a credit card and then you gotta like wait, and then you're just like, let's put the money on the table.
I love and then leaving, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cash is king. My dad doesn't like using credit card for anything. He's not even like the grocery store. He's like, they don't need to know what I'm buying. That's true. It's like you get so many targeted ads
Yeah,
for
for
everything
sure.
these days.
It's a thing. Wow.
wow, what?
I'm just decent move out of that low. I kind of wish I wasn't as tight with my stop, but like after taking a lick on a long, I just played it a little tighter. I mean, we only dipped in like 3 points to my ES entry, which is nothing, and like 12 in my NQ.
We'll see if we reject off of this momentarily, and then maybe we'll go back up again. We rejected
We
momentarily.
probably pin here into the close. Hope I'm wrong though.
Feel pretty good about my trailed stop. I would have gone trailed stopped again anyway, so it's all good there. Okay. And then, yeah, I think that Nasdaq should probably get to 950s by the close.
I think that's a big hold on that low. If we defend that tomorrow too, it's going to be, I mean, that's really the breakout point in the NASDAQ of this morning. Breakout retest.
Yeah. Woohoo.
That's a freaking nice candle. We got to pump it up.
Tanya, you said you wanted to see below 97 on ES?
Yeah, if we close below, that would be nice. I wouldn't be surprised if we literally pin there, like,
Yeah,
yeah.
that current year mid.
Getting back to it. Two thumbs.
What are you laughing at?
I just looked at this picture. This guy's hat says 2 thumbs up. I just thought that was it's a good motto.
What?
2 thumbs up, dude. It's like double like in the stream. But so much for not having a 15-minute green candle. We get the biggest
No, we had a
15-minute.
huge one.
We psyched it. Psych. It's a 15-minute green candle. Literally, as soon as 3:30 hit, buying just
Yeah, almost like it was coded.
definitely coded. Definitely some programs in there hitting. Guys, at 3:30, we're going long. But also, that really important. Let me see if I can pull it up on here on a 15-minute chart. Give you guys an idea of what I'm referring to. You guys don't need to full screen me, but actually, it'll be like an hourly. But let's see here.
That buy side got hit for NASDAQ.
Grind tools.
Yes.
So yesterday into the close, I look at RTH session only, but like the RTH session at the close was at the 50% retracement from this low. Then overnight, we came into the 50% retracement from that same low and made a new high. And then just here and into the end of the day, we held that 50% retracement for the third time.
Wow.
Of that same. So that's why I limited. I'm not in that trade, so yada yada. But that is going to be really important for me, just because it's held. To me, that tells me there's programs there, because that's not. I don't think it's coincidental when it happens once, twice, and then a third time. There seems to be some type of buy program set up on that level. That is pretty big. So I'm going to be watching that for a defense tomorrow. And assuming that low is held here, I will anticipate tomorrow we take out today's high. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd love to see how this closes in the next 15 minutes. Are we going to get another 15-minute green candle? It's very possible. I mean, we just really bounced off this 1-minute FEG after we had took buy side. It seems like we could get all the way back up to 25,000, 25,980s. Yep.
This is a great bid. It's angering me that my money's on the floor right now and I want to pick it up, but I'll have to duck out the streams. Just like dirty bills on the ground.
You gotta ignore it.
I'm like just looking at it. It's like I can pick it up later. What a move.
Yeah, what a long.
I'm so mad I dumped it. I need it. I honestly, I just played that like a sissy. I played that like a sissy. That's what I get. But I was playing to protect. Sometimes I play to protect. If I take I took a stop. Obviously, I took a stop out on the way down there, so I was playing to protect, and didn't make the right call there. This is
be like that sometimes.
Yeah. Welcome to trading.
I mean, in hindsight, looking back at the 30-minute time frame, it looks really, really clean. And it was a protected low too. Like we didn't come back down here. So hindsight does us no good. So it doesn't matter.
Hindsight, the open was a great long, 130 was a good short, and 330 was a great long.
Yep.
Looking back on it.
Honestly, though, like on days like today where you have, the consolidation at the top and you think, okay, shorts look good, then you get faked out, then you think shorts look good again, you get faked out. When you see an opportunity that looks really clean for whatever long shorts, you almost hesitate and self-doubt just because of, the BS that MMs put us through earlier. So,
yeah,
at least for me, I can only speak for myself. But yeah, when you think or anticipate something is going to happen and then you get faked out once or twice. I know they say approach every single trade as its own thing. And I do believe in that. But sometimes it is a little bit difficult to keep that kind of fresh mindset when, you're still trading the same session and today's expiration for options. So like, it's a tough day to trade. It really is.
Well, honestly, it's also harder for me to do on stream because it's like, okay, taking an L, like I didn't want to take another fat L on the stream. You know, it's like I
Yeah,
took an
that
L, like
too.
it's
Of
like
course.
just like if I'm just trading on my own, like I don't care, but I know like there's people on here watching me. I'm like, man, I kind of feel a little, psychologically responsible if I take 2 losses back to back. So I'm just like, I'm just going to tighten this up the wrist. Not that like I'm still responsible for my own decisions, of course, but that is, part of the difficulty in streaming in front of like a larger group of people and letting it impact your
Yeah.
decision making.
I mean, you have 1,000 people watching. You have
Here
a
we got
1,000 people with
one,
their own
yeah.
opinions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here we're
And
gonna have the 350 macro gonna come in. We could totally just end up pushing all the way back up to the 25,000s, 22. Yeah.
Attention traders, it's algo time.
Here we go. We're right at the mid from high here, 68.99 in the ES. Pretty impressive rally. But you know what? I am actually in the camp. I know we were talking about the Asian session kind of being silly. I'm kind of in the camp that I like the way we're closing here with this end of day volatility, and I will be an Asian session trader tonight. But it's just like, so I set something up that's just like everything's automatic. My limit's automatic. I'm still plugging it in, but my limit's automatic. My stop is automatic based on the average true range, and so is my target. So I have to get that completely plugged in, and then it's just like eyes
This is a
closed.
decent long into the close, honestly.
Yeah. And if we can get a pullback, this whole day has been very fast moves with little pullbacks. I mean, even that pullback you entered in the NASDAQ, what was the bid off the low of at the time before it was sold into? Like 40, 50 points? If that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we'll get that pulled back because it looks so strong.
Yeah. So actually somebody could probably answer this better because I always get messed up because it changes with daylight savings, but I believe it's 8 p.m. East Coast time is considered the Asian Open, but don't quote me on that. But technically when the market reopens at 6, you can start trading.
Nibbling on a long, just like a small position right now. Just see if I can get a pump into the close. Did you ask me a question?
Somebody was asking what time is Asia trading. I thought the Asian Open was 8 p.m. East Coast, but I'm not 100% on that because I know it changes with daylight savings. But
I think it's like 8, but then there's also like other markets that open up at 9 and
yeah,
then
there's so
9:30.
many different Asian markets, like because you have Japan, China, Singapore. So I don't really know, like So I don't really know. It also depends on what who you're referring to in Asia, because there's more than one country over there. Yes, Sydney too.
Yeah, so it just depends on. Whoever you ask will always have a different response.
Yeah. I like to I mark out like whatever, if there's like an obvious swing low between like honestly 6 p.m. and midnight.
Yeah, I mean honestly, if we could just get the mid of this leg though, like that's what I don't know if we're gonna get it because this is extremely strong, but if we just got the mid of this leg up, which would be like 68.88s right now in the ES. But man, we are just booming.
Yeah.
We're back above the yearly open on ES. See what NQ does at 25K.
We're talking about taking out low of the day. How about taking out high of the day, guys?
Oh my God, yeah.
Right?
Dude,
that'd be crazy.
You never know with this market, anything is possible.
You cannot count your chickens till they are hatched, always.
This is crazy.
We are looking at How many points up below here? 150 in the NASDAQ.
On the day?
Yeah. No. Off the low, off that low.
Oh. Yeah, 130. Yeah, 130.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I don't know. Was that a cough or a sneeze? I did.
I think he tried to hold it in.
That's the worst. Wow. Moonshot, Tanja. Tanja just catching all the rippers.
Don't say I didn't say anything though.
No, you.
Yeah,
I would
listen.
never say you didn't say anything.
Yeah, I know, right? No, I'm telling chat that. Yeah.
Tanya, I'm
I mean,
just happy
haters
one
will
of us.
say it was hindsight. Anyway, we'll see.
I
I'm
tell you,
happy
I
one
tell
of
you
us
when the
caused
low is.
something.
You jump in when the trend starts. We'll do that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It does take time to develop a lot. The
Yeah.
330 candle
That-
really did make me like open my eyes wider, and like I said, I wouldn't want to short it there after that candle.
Yeah.
And we just keep breaking a high and respecting the low. So yeah, we actually made it right to that level that I was like, we should need to hold below it. So honestly,
I would
probably
say
just trailing.
we mapped that out pretty quick. Like we talked pretty good in the chat, like I was like above 86s in the ES squeeze, talked about the 75 half low. I mean, I know different markets you're looking at NQ, but although I could have executed that better, I still feel like we were on top of the move.
Hello.
What's up,
Jim.
Jim?
Tanya,
See
you
that-
need the bull hat now.
I know, shoot.
She
Quick
forgot she had
switch.
that hat
I
on.
forgot I was wearing this.
Wow, what a crazy, crazy, crazy day.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely crazy.
Who's still in positions?
No, I got nothing, Jim. I puked
Me
mine like a
neither.
sissy.
I'm
It
still
was a
in
flop.
long just to see what we end up doing by 4. Like, although ES did take out some of the buy side, I wanted it to take out. Now as I could just take the next 5 minutes and pop up again. So I wouldn't write it off yet. Like a lot of times the last 5 minutes of the day can give you something big.
Yeah.
I'm just trailing the last swing low. Although I did want it to like kind of come up here. It's like kind of my level. So maybe I'll take a little partial. We'll see.
We're back
3
up to the
minutes
yearly
left.
open. The yearly open in the E-mini S&P. I can't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Things happen fast in this market.
No breaks.
Just gas.
Mm-mm.
All right, I took a small partial just to reward myself for getting that there. Like that was a nice push.
Good job.
So
Yeah.
I'll hold it till the 4 p.m. though. Let's see. But yeah, Jim, how's your afternoon? Are you trading? Are you gonna give up trading for Len?
No,
Just joking.
no, that's impossible.
I don't think I could ever do that. Ever.
No.
Yeah.
But I've ruled out the martini or anything alcohol related because I'm going to Vegas the first week in March with my brother to see a UFC fight.
Mm,
And that makes that Lent pledge untenable.
I agree.
So I have to do something else. Not sure yet. I got till 6:30 to decide.
Jim, just do it. You can go to Vegas and not drink.
No
I
chance.
believe in you.
Oh,
No.
hold on. Have you ever been to Vegas?
Yes, I have actually.
You've never been with me there.
Yeah, that's probably
Uh-oh.
true.
I've never been to
Oh
Vegas.
God.
Jim,
I don't
I
even
am
wanna-
banned from the Wynn Casino.
Jim
Yeah.
sounds like he's a wild one.
Wait a sec. There's two things here I got to address. Tanya, you've never been?
No, I've never been to late Vegas. No.
All right. Number two, tell me about the win. I was there. I was at the win on their opening night.
I'm 86th from the Wynn. I was there for 20 days in a row, and I'm 86th, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Not allowed back.
Uh-oh. That means like if you show your ID, they're gonna kick you out.
Yeah, they banned me.
Uh-oh. You
I had my
made too
fun
much
though.
money.
Is
You
there
made too
20,
much money.
20 days in a row? And yeah, it's
Who goes for 20 days in a row?
I do, Jim.
20 is insane. I went for, I think it was like 5 days, 4 nights,
They know your name
and
there for sure.
I wanted to get out of there. I think Vegas is fun for like a weekend. It's not fun
We're back
for more
below the
than
yearly
2
open now.
days.
Things are breaking down again. Oh my God.
Just close the market already. Get me out of here. What a boring day.
I did
I'm
not
such
think
a
it was
hater
boring.
right
It
now.
wasn't
You're
boring.
stop being a hater.
No, I'm
Yeah,
such
it's
a
not
hater
boring.
All
right
right,
now.
I got stopped out on everything. My runners there, so I'm glad I took those partials.
This is not a
Oof,
boring
what a
day. This was
drop right at
I'm
359.
No, this is where I'm buying, baby. 89s.
Wait, you're getting in?
Yeah, and the ES.
Are you gonna swing that?
No.
Okay. All
Oh,
right.
never mind. I
Gotcha.
didn't trade. I'll take it in the Asia. I'll take it in Asia. 68.90s.
Ooh.
so your thought is getting long in the when on the Asian Open.
Yep, yep. I'm gonna buy the mid of that move up in the NASDAQ and the ES. So that's gonna be a 68.89 half in the ES, and it'd be a 24,927 in the NQs.
So interestingly enough, though, I have a anchored VWAP from November 21st in the E-mini S&P, and we are exactly at that price right now.
Uh-oh.
That's I don't know what to make of it. I don't
Which
know if
way
I
is that VWAP moving, up or down?
it's like almost sideways now, but it's moving up. Those were the November 21st lows.
Okay.
I don't know if I could be long, man. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to wish you the best, though.
I like that, Jim.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
Still, yeah, I'm pretty short bias if we close below my levels there, 998. Yeah, and 6,900 today. So I guess we'll see what happens in next hour.
You got to market.
and Selma, will you put a position on tonight or no?
I don't think so. Just because like last night, Asia session didn't go too well for me, so I might just take the break tonight. I didn't really get the best of sleep yesterday either because of it, so probably just give it a rest and come
Yeah.
back tomorrow morning with fresh eyes and
Well, you heard
Yeah.
Larry Williams today saying get sleep. It's important.
it is important. And you neglect how important sleep is until you wake up the next morning feeling like a zombie. So
You
Yeah.
are right about that. Speaking of tomorrow, 8 o'clock start. We have a great lineup as usual at NinjaTrader Live. We have Peter Sure is our special guest. He's been on the show before. He's going to be awesome. He's going to be with Deli and Shy. Tape Talk with Farm. We have Trade the Open. Jack's coming back to Trade the Open with Nick for a tick. We'll see you in the morning, Jack. Salma's coming in the morning, and we're going to see Salma at midday markets with the big cat Leo. Trade the Close. Joey, Salma, and XYZ joining us. So you're doing double duty tomorrow, Salma.
Uh-oh.
yeah, every Thursday.
No, Tanya. Oh man, we're gonna miss you.
Uh-oh. We'll be back next week, Monday.
All right. You got plans this weekend, Tanya?
This weekend?
Isn't that walk? I'm not gonna see you, right? Isn't it already Thursday? No,
It's
it's only
Wednesday.
Oh, my bad. This holiday throws me off.
Yeah, it's my sister's birthday, so I'll go out on Saturday with her and family.
How old's your sister?
Take my age, subtract 4.
So you're close. You're close in age. That's where I
Yeah.
was going. Okay.
No,
All
I
right.
always forget my own age, so I don't even know.
What?
Math. When
Wait
you're
till
nearly
you're my
my
age.
age, you
You'll want to
forget.
forget your own age.
Yep.
You forget.
Oh man, awesome. And in any event, let's give these guys a round of applause for a job well done this afternoon. Totally awesome.
Tanya.
Right, all right. Well, appreciate you guys. Thank you for the subscriptions, everybody. If you hit that subscribe button, the channel is super important to us. We appreciate it greatly. Thumbs up just came because these guys are awesome as usual. So thank you, chat, and thank you for folks that are not in the chat but are listening to NinjaTrader Live. We're gonna be here strong tomorrow morning, as I already mentioned. And I do want to leave you with the most important message of the day. Please be safe out there and be good to each other. We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Bye, chat.
Bye.